Good rising, everyone, and welcome back once again to Coffee Talk with Karen B. And I hope you are all doing wonderful on this fine Moonday morning. It is July 3rd. And of course, I'm still doing stuff with my camera off. But that's okay, because you don't really need to look at me. But it is July, which is the 7th month on the Gregorian calendar, which means we are more than halfway through this year, officially. Can you believe it? Shit, man. Time is just a flying by. And we are less than 3 months from Flattoberfest. Flattoberfest 2023. I've updated the website. I don't know if any of you have been there recently. Look, I know my website is not the flashiest. It's not, the most creative. It is a WordPress template website. But, it serves its purpose. I mean, you're not spending a whole bunch of time on it anyway. You just need to go there, get your information, get your ticket, book your hotel, and boom. Just sit back and wait for the day to arrive. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe someday I will try to, I will try to, build a fancier looking website, but for right now, this is what it is. Because this is a one-woman show. One woman. Right? So, anyway, if you go there, boom, click on that picture, and it will take you to the 2023 Las Vegas Live page, which has all of my speakers, listed as it sits right now. I may be adding more soon. But right now you can see who's going to be there. I've got Dave Murphy coming from the UK, you guys. Dave is awesome. He's a great speaker. He's a long-time flat earther, but what Dave will be speaking about is not necessarily flat earth stuff. I mean, because a lot of you already know that the earth is flat, right? Anyway, Dave has been doing a lot of speaking events around the UK recently, with his talk entitled Navigating the Matrix. And so that's going to be, I think, his topic of discussion this year at Flattoberfest. He's going to bring his Navigating the Matrix talk over. He is very knowledgeable. He's got a lot of interesting views. He's done a lot of research in various subjects, especially as far as the Bible's concerned, and you may or may not agree with it, and that's cool. Dave is actually really good at discussing different ideas, even with people who, with people who disagree with him. I don't know, how many of you are familiar with like the conversations, the back and forth conversations that him and Rob Skiba used to have. They used to have just the longest threads back and forth of their discussions about scripture and historical context of it, and all of these different ideas, right? And they had very different views, but they had, and they disagreed on a lot of stuff, but they had the best, like, civil discourse, that I think has become so rare these days. Like, they used to just go on and on about it. So anyway, and in fact, when Rob Skiba passed away, that was one of the things that Dave said, he was like, who am I going to disagree with now? Who am I going to have all of my sparring matches with? So, anyway, it will be really cool to have Dave with us at Flattoberfest this year. He'll be speaking on Sunday because Dave does keep the Sabbath. Also this year we've got Mark Devlin. Mark Devlin, I met Mark Devlin back in 2019 before the world went cuckoo caca, cuckoo pee pee caca. And when Dee Dee and John, what is his name? John? I think his name was John. Why am I having a brain fart on that dude's name right now? Anyway, they had a conference in Amsterdam, September of 2019, which coincidentally, the same year I started doing events. I had my first event in 2019, if any of you remember. It was at a place called the Firmament in Greenville, South Carolina. But anyway, in September, in Amsterdam, there was a Flat Earth conference that I was part of. Dr. Zach was there, Iru was there, Rodrigo Ferrari was there, and Mark Devlin. And it was a really cool little conference. Anyway, Mark's really cool. He's not really like, when most of his followers are not really flat earth, right? Like he's a DJ, he's an author. He did study a lot of studying on musical truth. He wrote a book, right? Early 2016, he published a comprehensive book, Musical Truth. And its follow-up volume 2 appeared in early 2018 and volume 3. So he's got 3 novels about music, The Cause and the Cure in 2019, with the sequel, The Gift and the Curse. Okay, so he's like, he's pretty prolific. He's really good with his words. He's a very good speaker. He's very intelligent. Anyway, Mark is cool. So we're bringing Mark in from the UK as well. How fun is that? And then also we've added Amanda Vollmer. Amanda Vollmer, professional holistic health practitioner. She's also a flat earther. I'm not entirely sure what she's going to talk about. I assume it will be something in her wheelhouse. She's really big on the virus lie and stuff, and she's like one of the most banned doctors on the internet. So it is my pleasure to bring Amanda Vollmer to Flattoberfest in Las Vegas this year. That's going to be really fucking cool. And of course, another new addition to Flattoberfest this year is going to be Jaron Campanella. You all are very familiar with Jaron. He is, longtime flat earther. He's one of the first flat earthers that I started watching when I got into flat earth, right? He's like the ultimate NASA debunker. He's, a very prolific content creator. He does tons of stuff. He's done a lot of conferences. He's never been to one of mine though, so this will be the first time that Jaron is at a Flattoberfest, which is really cool. I'm happy to have Jaron on board. Super excited about that. And, of course, my homie, my friend, my nigga, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, author of 2 Flat Earth books, and host of Strange World for 8 years. He will be at Flattoberfest Live, and he might be working the door. So that'll be really cool. And also coming back this year, Ben Balderson. Y'all know who Ben is. The resident flat earth heathen alchemist. Super intelligent guy. Love Ben because he works with his hands and he has a lab and he knows how these things work in real life because he does it. So he'll be back with us again this year speaking. Also coming back, Jason Lindgren. Jason, co-host of the Crow 777 radio show, a filmmaker, a musician, a super talented, super intelligent guy. It is my pleasure to bring back Jason Lindgren as a speaker at Flattoberfest in Las Vegas. He's a really good dude. Been super supportive of my events and always delivers quality content. And performing live music from Chief Crow and the Flat Earth Worms. Chief Crow, well, it says hails from Portland, Oregon. He's not in Oregon now. I think he's in Idaho. But he used to be in Portland. He left that hellhole, and now he lives in Idaho. But yeah, a longtime staple in the community. Soothing psychedelic sounds are sure to bring about those scintillating cymatic waves. Yes, Chief Crow is awesome. You can go to my website, and if you haven't been to my events, Chief Crow has played at 2 of my events. He played... Where did I bring him out first? Was it Solar Return? And then, it was Solar Return. And then not Flattoberfest 2021. And then, Flattoberfest 2022. He played. Is that how it went? You know, the events are starting to blend together, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's right. I thought he lived in the Arctic Circle. That's hilarious. I know, right, Brian? I can't keep track. Now it's been too much. It's been too many. I don't even remember anymore. Just attend and you won't miss anything. That's right. Artist Seer, good to see you over there on Rockfin. Hey, let me just give you guys a shout out really quick. Austin Murphy, hey, good to see you. Dan Morris, Alex Javier, NPE, good to see you. Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures, Green Chili Bear, Artist Seer, Sue Finelli, it was just your birthday. Happy birthday, Sue Finelli. Anson Howard, FE Nation. What's up, Carl? Carl was at the meetup the other day. Mojo Shop, Daru for you. Hey, what's up? Dave Messenger. Shalom. Three Fingers, good to see you. Brian Stavely, Nubik, Benny Boy, all my demonstrable realists in the house. Haha. Yeah. Unindoctrinated. I'm trying to skip over the names I already said. Child of the Father, good to see you. Awakened Mind, Dr. Law, my good friend, good to see you. Dave Messenger, I've been listening for a long time. Love y'all. You're cool to the game. You believe it or not. Help me find Yahoo. Well, that's good. Cheers, Dave Messenger. Happy to have you here. Dave Murphy, never heard of him? Dr. Law. Come on, brah. How about Mudflood, the unexpected cosmology? Who, Hadley? No, I like Noel. I haven't talked to him for a while. He messaged me. I thought he was wanting to do, he asked me a couple of questions about doing events because he said he was thinking of doing one. And I was like encouraging him to do it. And I don't know if he ever responded. Let me see. Noel's cool. Yeah, I don't know that he even read my message. But yeah. I responded to him, but I haven't heard back. Scotty. Jaron is awesome. I miss the days like a year ago when Jaron, Dave, Alex, and Co did the funny shows. Yeah. I met Jimmy Vaughn, Stevie Ray Vaughn's brother on Saturday night. Wow, hey, that's cool. Cheers, BCC. The Bloody Truth. Hello. Steph 40 Nikolov. Good to see you. 5 times 1,000. Spicy Sarah. Hi, Spicy Sarah. Oh. Anyway, all right. That's it. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, if you here, I can turn my camera on now. If you go to the website, you can. Well, you can go to my channel too, but this will take you right there to Chief Crow and the Flat Earth Worms, and you can watch his performance there. It's pretty cool. David Glennie recorded the video, and it looks pretty cool. I would like to possibly film the Vegas event. There will not be a live stream for Las Vegas, you guys, by the way. Oh, put out my sign. Yeah, there will not be a live stream for Las Vegas because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I'm not going to be messing around with a live stream in Vegas. Because I think there'll be too much going on, and it's just not going to happen. So if you want to experience the Las Vegas event live, you're going to have to be there. I might, however, have filming going on, but there won't be anything officially live coming from Las Vegas. It's the law of Vegas. Yeah. Right? So I would encourage you to try to be there. Full moon Moonday. Oh, is it? I didn't even talk about the moon. It should be a full moon, you're right. Because last week we were halfway there. Yeah, 99.9%. Check it out. Awesome. Full moon Moonday. So truly, truly happy full moon day. Great meetup, Dr. Law. Yeah, right. Great meetup this past weekend. Oh, in fact, should I share pictures? Hold on. I got to load them up. I'll load up the pictures and I can, I'll show you guys the pictures from the meetups this weekend. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, you sent me a bunch of pictures, Dr. Law. What do you just sit there mashing the picture? That's so funny. All right. Those will be up in just a second. Here they come. There we go. Look at that lovely bunch of people. Aw. Ariel Truthseeker, Zach Zabala, Brian Stavely, Jana, Chris, and Kurt, and Crystal. I did it. I remembered everybody's name. There we go. Look at you shills, you fucking Freemason shills. What is this shit? I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Here we go. Here's a group pic with everybody. There's Sarah and Eric Lanier was there. There's Cammie, Zach. There's Dean. We were at Dean's house. This is Dean's backyard. There's me. Here we go. Wait, is this the same picture? Yeah, there's one. Is there any pictures with Dr. Law? Dr. Law, you didn't send me the pictures with you in it, did you? There's Griff. So Griff and Josie joined after a while when we were taking pictures there. There we go. Dr. Law! Yay! You did send me the pictures with you in it. Oh, yay. Awesome. Instacart Prodigy. Hey, Karen. Hey, what's up, Instacart Prodigy? Dr. E. Vales, hey. Lunderground, what's up? Full moon in Capricorn. Gary John. Thank you, Lunderground. Gary John. I was saying John, but it's Gary John. I was like, John? Thank you, Gary. Yes, it was Gary and Dee Dee. They did the event in Amsterdam. Yay, look at that bunch. There we go. That's what's up. See, look. Shill, 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 shill. And not me. I'm good. Yes, Law was cooking. It was cool. And what else? There we go. There's another one. Look at Law jumping around. Love it. I love it. I love it. Flat thumbs. See? It's good. It's good. We're all good. Love a flat earth crew. This is what it looks like when we have little cookouts at our local FE people's houses. Right? Dean, thanks for hosting. Dean's a good host. Hey, Chicago artist. Shill life. BCC says, last time I went to Vegas, I was living on a ball flying through space. I'm going there in August for a billiards championship. Oh, cool. I bet it will be twice as crazy from a flat earth perspective. Boy, well, it's off the strip. Where we're having the conference is off the strip. It's, it's like 15 minutes from the strip. It's in a place called Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall. But it'll be, it's all in the same building. So you can get your room there, and then the event's going to be there. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. It's not like it's been in the past at the other events, like in Greenville, where it's like the venue is separate from the hotel and you got to drive from one place to the other. This is all inclusive. We got a big room. We can hold lots of people, lots of flat earthers. And we're going to have a blast. Going to have feeding people makes the soul feel good. Yes. Yes, indeed. By the way, it is a call-in show. The number is 848-222-2480. And, we're just talking. We're just chilling. Hey, Lord Racer, good to see you. All right. So anyway, that's what's up. Also, I don't have him on the website yet, but Rick Hummer is going to be hosting the event. And if any of you went to any of the FEICs, Rick hosted those events. He has not been hosting events. He's been kind of doing his own thing, family life thing for a while, which is cool. But this year he's going to be joining us as a host for Flattoberfest 2023, which I am super excited about, which takes a huge burden off of me and frees me up to be able to manage the event better, because I won't have to worry about going on stage and nobody has to listen to me talk and blah, blah, blah. All right? Because you guys get to hear me talk enough here now. So you can listen to the other people talk. And that's what's up. Haven't heard him in a while. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So, anyway, let's see. It's Monday. It's July 3rd. It's a new moon. It's the full moon. What's going on today? What is going on in the world today? Anything important? I saw this. White House report signals openness to manipulating sunlight to prevent climate change, and it says solar radiation modification offers the possibility of cooling the planet significantly on a timescale of a few years. You know, this whole spraying thing, stratospheric aerosol injection thing, blocking the sun rays, climate change, this is like starting to, in my opinion, to become a serious annoyance, because these MFers are spraying this shit all over the skies. Like, it's clearly, I mean, obviously, and somebody was saying, I forget who was saying, I think it was David Avocado Wolf, who was saying that that all the spraying happens over NATO countries, and if it's not a NATO country, then you won't see spraying. And he's been traveling a lot, so I think that's an interesting observation. But a research document published in the White House website reveals the Biden administration is open to studying how to block sunlight to save the Earth from climate change. But, you know, I think they've already been doing it, right? And it's really, they're doing it like on the under and not telling people what they're spraying, and not being open about it from the beginning, and all the sneakiness and shit. Like, clearly they're up to no good, right? Because when are they ever doing anything behind our backs that is actually for our benefit? Never! 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 Never. So, it's, you know, this with the climate change, with the, you know, reducing the CO2, which is literally what plants breathe, and then exchange for oxygen. And now they want to block the sunlight. It's like they're doing everything. They say they're doing it in the name of saving the Earth, but literally they're trying to kill it. They're killing it. This is what is going on. Why doesn't this, I think, is like a big deal. I would like to see people get more pissed off about this. It's everybody's pissed off about the transgender thing, which is rightfully so. But there's so much shit. So much shit is being thrown at the wall right now. It just blows my mind. So anyway, as University of Oxford notes in its entry on the subject, geoengineering is a deliberate large-scale intervention on the Earth's natural systems to counteract climate change. But solar radiation modification, right? I don't know about you guys. I don't want them modifying any of my solar radiation. I want pure, natural, unadulterated, naturally filtered through the atmoplane sunlight. I don't need them spraying shit in the sky to filter my sunshine. I do not consent to you assholes filtering my sunshine. I just don't. I don't. Nobody should. Why isn't anybody asking me if I want my fucking sunshine filtered? Segment spraying all over, right? The moon was absolutely stunning. The tube, nice. Jason Burmas, what? Whistleblower? I don't watch Jason Burmas. I called the sheriff's office this morning to ask when they will start to arrest people spraying the skies. He said it was above his pay grade, but he heard me. Yeah. Right? Like, seriously. And he's actually not lying when he says it's above his pay grade. The sheriff can't do shit. As far as that goes. That's what's crazy about it. Like, who can do shit? This is clear. I mean, who's launching these planes and putting them in the sky? What the fuck? Right? Where are they coming from? Can we get some independent pilots to follow these planes and see where they land? Where'd they come from? Where are they going? Dane Langley. Does anybody listen to Dane Wigington? I used to listen to Dane Wigington, but Dane Wigington, okay, it was actually really weird what happened with that guy, because if anybody has watched my video, okay, the first video that I released on my channel in January of 2017, which was my path to flat Earth, I talk about chemtrails, right? Like, I lived in California. I grew up in California my whole life. Major spraying going on in California for many, many years. I couldn't even tell you when it started, because it probably started when I was very young and I just don't know any better. And so when I moved and I left San Diego, Southern California, Los Angeles, very, very heavily sprayed area. I got sent pictures by Stephen Carpenter from the Deftones one day. He's like, look at this. It was fucking disgusting. I wonder if they're still in my phone. Seriously. I mean, so I left Southern California. I left Southern California, and then I moved to North Carolina. Oh my gosh, yeah, look, right here. This is a picture that Stefan sent me. Look at that. Look at that shit. That's over his house. Okay. I mean, it's as bad as I've ever seen it. And then I asked him if he could smell it. And he's like, maybe if they didn't do it all the fucking time. Like, that's horrible. That's horrible. So when I moved to North Carolina in 2011, so that's, 12 years ago, 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago now. 12 years ago. The first thing I was like, dude, this is the clearest sky. The air is fresh. It rains here. Holy shit. They try to sell you on how great the weather is in California. And yeah, maybe if you live like on the coast, but once you go to the valley, it's a hot, sweltering bowl of marinating, disgusting heat. Dry, disgusting heat. And it sucks. There's parts of California that are great, but those are just very small parts of it. Somewhere smaller, lower flying drones. Oh yeah. So anyway, so when I moved here, I was like, dude, this is like the sky is clear, the air, it smelled so clean. Well, then a couple years later, I started to see spraying happening over my house, and I was like, and I was a stay-at-home mom with a new baby. And I was just on the internet looking on Facebook, and I started to come across a bunch of people talking about the spraying, and I was like, yeah, dude, what's up with that? And this was, a while ago, 2013. It was a while ago, 2012, 2013. And I was like, dude, this is insanity. I found that guy, Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was a whistleblower who always used to do, hold little conferences, just little small conferences in hotels where he would tell people what was going on, because there was no YouTube back then. There was no internet. He started so early, right? It was just before, there were things like that. There were ways like that for us to get our messages across to large amounts of people. And so I was awake to that a long time ago, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it, you know, it blows my mind how, and like I see them through stuff like this, they're like very, over the years, they put out articles like this, letting people know, oh, we want to do this, we're doing this, we're going to do this. And then they tell people it's for the better. You know, they tell people it's to protect, you know, protect climate change. It's to save the earth. We're going to save the world. It's all horse shit. It's horse shit. All of it is horse shit. I don't, you know, I can't even say, you know, what is the purpose of that amount of spraying? I mean, what is the purpose of it ultimately? I don't know. They say they want, now they're saying they want to filter the sunlight. This to me is like, even if it were from a good intended place, right? Which I don't believe it is. Fuck you! You're not supposed to filter the sunlight. No! What are you doing? You have no idea how that's going to affect the ecosystem. What the hell are you doing? You know, they're always trying to do stuff. Oh, we're going to do this to make the environment better. Oh, this pest got loose. We're going to release this other pest to take care of this other pest that turns out that wants nothing to do with the other pest, and then it just causes more problems than what the first thing they got rid of or were trying to get rid of does. You know what I'm saying? This is man fucking shit up again. You know? And man, would be interesting. Let me see. I want to see if I'm curious now. Definition of barium. Barium is silver white metallic element belonging to the alkaline earth group, found chiefly in barite or heavy spar, witherite. All barium compounds that are water or acid soluble are poisonous. Used in paint, X-ray diagnostic work, glass making, oil well drilling fluids, and pyrotechny. So there's all kinds of different types of barium. So here's what I want to know. Which type is the one that's ending up in the sky? Barium nepheline. Barium nephelite. Interesting. Synonym of barium nepheline. So let's just go with this one. Hexagonal crystal system. Barium nepheline on Google. Why is faunolite coming up? Oh, interesting. Faunolite porphyry is what Devil's Tower is. Nepheline mineral. Oh. Hexagonal. From the Greek nephil for cloud, since it turns cloudy when treated with strong acid. Polymorphous with so-called Carnegieite and polymorphous, which means it can take many forms, huh? Interesting. Compare nepheline hydrate. Interesting name on that. I don't know why I got attracted to that name, Nephiline, right? Because Nephilim, Nephite, you know, it's weird. It's just a weird name. And to have it be associated with barium, which is one of the things supposedly they spray in the atmosphere. So, I don't know why. That just sort of took me down a little hole. Nephilim is named after Greek nephil, a cloud, alluding to the cloudy appearance that develops when the mineral is immersed in strong acid. Well, like what kind of acid is... Transparent, nearly opaque, prismatic crystals, usually colorless, but can be colored gray, red, green, brown, yellow from various impurities. Interesting. Some German specimens may show a light blue, and some from Ontario an orange fluorescence. Hexagonal, prismatic. Interesting. I'm just curious about, okay, and I'll tell you why I started looking at this. I don't even know if I explained why, but because I'm curious about what the properties are of these things that they're spraying in the sky. Like, what are their properties? Is it, you know, as far as like refractive properties? Because if they're gonna spray stuff in the sky to try to filter the sun, so they have to spray something in the sky that has a certain type of refractive property, right? Does that make sense? Like, it would have to be something that's going to be filtering out in certain types of sunlight. So what are they spraying to filter the sun? And what does it do? And what is, you know, what could possibly be the outcome for something like this? What are they trying to do? You know, I guess that would be my question. What's the end game? Like, because it's not fucking saving the earth, and it isn't, you know, saving, you know, preventing climate change, because that's obviously not what they're doing, right? Ooh, I have callers. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, good morning, Karen.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this topic up. I think it's really important. From what I heard and from what I see as the mainstream narrative, they kind of describe it as a means to accumulate moisture or accumulate clouds. So that's part of the process. I think it's a bunch of horse crap. I haven't done a Freedom of Information request yet, but I'm looking at doing it.
Yeah.
Just to see what, you know, what they're doing exactly, because it's a complete mystery, really. I know that they're saying, the mainstream and scientists are saying, oh, well, we need this for climate change, and that's, you know, all these anti-vaxxers and, you know, flat earthers, like, they don't know anything. But when we look it up and we see, okay, they've been spraying for 50 years, and only in the last 10 years did they say they have seen any good or any effects of accumulating moisture, you know, with their cloud spraying, cloud seeding, right? That's what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So their whole point is to create moisture and create clouds and all that, and for climate change. Well, Carl Sagan in 1985, you can look it up, he was in front of the Senate saying that they had only recently, so in 1985, they had only recently come to the agreement that the greenhouse effect existed and that it, you know, that it was an actual thing. So it was 1985. And Canada and the U.S. had a treaty in place in 1975 for cloud seeding. So it's 10 years before they even, you know, agreed that the greenhouse effect existed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their timelines don't add up. So they've been spraying almost since the 60s. If you look it up, they've been spraying shit in the sky since then. And they didn't even agree that the greenhouse effect existed in 1985, and they had treaties in place for this 10 years prior. So it's all very suspicious. I think it's really important to bring it up and talk about and bring it to light, because there are whistleblowers, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Is that it? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Just the Carl Sagan thing and bringing it up in 1985, that's important.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even agree on the science. And the fact that we had a treaty in place between the U.S. and Canada for cloud seeding in 1975, 10 years prior. Yeah, that's about it.
Right. All right. Cool. Well,
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Yep. Thanks, Karen.
Mm-hmm. Bye. Yeah, dude, it's great. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a while. I mean, so this is a search of stratospheric aerosol injection, right? Like, you can't search chemtrail because you'll seeing pictures of chemtrails, but you can't search that term because you'll just get, you'll get wormholed real bad. I'm not even sure about the results with this, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Miss Karen B. This is 5 times 1,000. Good talking with you. Great. It is a great topic to bring up. And, you were wondering where these planes take off and land from. Well, I'm born and raised also from San Diego, moved out to North Carolina in 2020. But I first got turned on to the whole chemtrail thing in probably like 2005. And you used to be able to, I don't know if you still can, I think it's blocked now, but there's a chain of islands off the San Diego coast. And one of those islands has, not Catalina, it's not that island or anything like that. But if you zoom in, one of the islands has a huge airport across the entire island. And you can compare it right over to Lindbergh Field, the San Diego airport, and it's like triple the size of the length of Lindbergh Field. So you used to be able to zoom in on that and see that airport on Google Earth or Google Maps and everything. But, even what they say about putting stuff in, I don't even understand that, because whatever they keep spraying falls to the ground anyway. So I don't understand what they're trying to reflect. It all just comes down. So it doesn't even matter. Whistleblower stuff, I don't buy into that, even with like the UFO disclosure. I mean, I just have a hard time buying into anything. I mean, just from what we know, they're putting stuff in our air. They don't have a right to. It's affecting all of us. It could be killing all of us in our environment. And there's got to be answers. There's just never going to be accountability. You can freedom of information. You can try to dig into it. It's just, you'll never get, it has to be a complete takeover to find out what's really going on. The environment, the EPA environment, they don't care about us. I mean, they're putting poison in our foods anyway. Mm-hmm. They have been for a long time. They're not out to save the environment at all when they're harming people, harming animals, spills, chemical spills in the U.S. everywhere. And it's all hush and quiet, but, we're going to spray the air because of climate change. And it's complete BS. I mean, I think that there's other ways to change the climate. I mean, being from Southern California, there's a lot of parasailing or hang gliding that goes on out there. And from what I completely understand about hang gliding is that, or paragliding is that, they use the thermals of the ground to get lift and to come down. So all the areas that are barren and hot, they can go over and they'll get lift off that, and they'll go back up into the air. And then the areas where there's trees and plant life, or over the ocean where it's cooler, they'll descend until they come back over land and they'll raise up high. And that goes for anywhere around there. And I think that contributes greatly to how all the fires are started. Because once those fires are started and you burn all that vegetation away, now you got this hot, barren land that absolutely will control the environment. It's just like down in the Amazon rainforest. Now that they've taken so much of it away, the plant life that grows under the canopy can never happen again. It's too hot. It needed that shade, that climate. So it's never going to come back. It's never coming back. And so down in there, you have these huge, dead, dry, hot areas, and that absolutely affects the thermals, the climate coming in, the storms, the weather. That has a huge effect. And I think partially those fires they're using to contribute to the climate change. Because if all these areas are burnt, heated, dark areas on the earth now, any of the storm systems that come over, it generates it'll divert them. There's an effect that'll happen. So even that's intentional to create, to change the environment in a negative way. But they're putting so much in our air. I work in the biotech field, and I work at a lot of different biotech companies, and I already know that the stuff that's vented up into the air, so much of it doesn't go through any scrubbers, any scrubbing system, no matter what it is. It just comes out of the top of the building. Ammonias, monomers, poisons, toxins, stuff that you can't breathe, that you have to have in hoods or snorkel tubes. It doesn't matter. It all goes out the top roof of the building. I swear, no matter where I am, from DNA to vaccine clinics to it doesn't even matter. It all vents out the top. Hardly anything ever. The only time I ever see anything going through a scrubber was at when I worked at DuPont, from all the harsh chemicals they use when they make their products. That goes through a scrubber before it vents out. But I'm telling you, nothing. Everything just vents out the roof. You see these vents on top of in all these biotech communities. Who knows what's coming out of the top? There's a building around here. It's pretty remote, but once a week they release ammonia gas out of the vent out of the roof, like at 4 a.m, and they put alarms off it to clear the area, and that stuff goes straight. They just release it. So there's really no control over anything that happens. There's no air quality control, environmental protection. They don't care about any of that stuff. They don't care. There's so much money in it, they don't care. So there's so many toxins. Who knows the combination of toxins that really do get released into the air. It'd be nice. Any private pilots can fly through a chemtrail with like a canister. I don't know.
I thought somebody had done that before. Bob talked about that.
Yeah.
Bob talked about that.
Yeah.
And actually,
there's
what was really creepy when Bob talked about that, when Bob talked about them doing that, he said that they found the human blood cells in their sample, and I can't verify this, but he said that it was O negative, which is the universal donor, right? Anybody can accept O negative blood. So that's kind of creepy. Now, I don't know if that's real or not, but that just lends to the fact that they shouldn't be spraying anything in the air without telling anybody what they're doing, literally on top of everybody's freaking heads.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, if they found something crazy like that. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But they do it. I've been trying to do the vinegar thing, about the boil of vinegar to clear that out. Mm-hmm. It's been raining and storming out here, so I haven't had an opportunity, but I just bought a little stove to experiment.
Wait. Oh, you're in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm not in San Diego anymore. My number's San Diego, but I'm North Carolina.
I was like, raining in San Diego? Get out of here, dude.
No. 50 Shades of Brown out there. That's what it is. And it is. You're right. It's hot as hell. It's a different heat. It sucks the life out of you. It is not what people think. You want that weather? People ask me all the time how crazy to move from there. I say, man, you could have it. Go. Take it and bend over. Go for it.
Yeah.
What's going on out there? It's not a place to raise your family. It's not a place to live, to make a life. It is not a good place. Mm-hmm. It's good. Okay. If you want to be homeless, and you got the best place to go. If you want to be homeless, go to San Diego.
Right.
Go to Southern California. You get everything. If you decide that you just need to be homeless, that's where you go. They'll give you food, shelter, money, beach life, cars to shop anywhere. You can walk out of stores with, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's
you know,
true.
but if you want to go there and make a living, good luck. I mean, the struggle is real, man, and it ain't not a place for kids, man. Not a place for family.
Mm-mm.
I try to get my family to move out of there all the time, man. They're just trying to poison you because I have this theory on, you know, the average cost of a house out there is like $680,000. I was in Chula Vista looking for a home. That's insane. And then I see how when you get older out there, everybody gets sick, you get cancer, and then the way the medical industry works, you know, you save up your whole life, you get some property, you get a house finally in Southern California. It's worth $700,000, $800,000, who knows? Then you come down with some sickness, and the medical will only cover so much, and you need to be taken care of. And so what do? You end up getting rid of your house, selling. It's the vicious cycle that happens out there. I've seen it with my own family, several family members. They're old, things happen. Now they're in a stupid little caretaking apartment, and they have nothing to give their family anymore. All their life earnings have been given back to the state so they can take care of them being sick. And that's the cycle out there. You know, you're just going to you're going to earn whatever you earn. And at your end of life, man, they're going to make sure to take it all back from you out there. And then you have nothing. And I'm jaded. I'm born out. I've seen it happen.
Hey, man.
It was a place when I was growing up that I thought I can live and have a future and everything. But that is not how it is anymore.
I feel you, man.
there.
I was born in California. I was born
Yeah.
in San Francisco. I grew up in the Bay Area. I feel like I had a great life growing up in the Bay Area. But that place is not what it
Yeah.
used to be. It's not what it used
No.
to be. And I had to leave. And it's sad.
And and you have to leave. You're like, I even, people don't even know, but you probably know the smog, the level of smog that used to be out there. We used to come into LA and the county, we'd driving up to go visit family up in LA, the layer of thick, it was insane. And you could probably go back and look at old images. And if you compare those old smoggy images of LA, the Bay Area in the 80s probably, and seeing the smog,
The 70s.
it was insane.
70s was horrible
So,
too, yeah.
Yeah. And then compare it to now, they ain't there anymore. All that smog, all this emissions control has happened. So it's got to have done better. You know, all that brown haze that used to linger, that smog is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nothing like it was. You know, and the ozone layer. Well, I want to update on the ozone layer too. I mean, during the early 90s, we were burning through that. The whole world was going to pop through this. The hole
That's
in the
right.
ozone. Remember that story?
Yep.
So what happened to that?
Yeah.
Where's that at? Did they close it up?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know.
Did we succeed?
What is supposed to be the ozone layer? I don't know.
Remember, there was a hole and it was burning the world alive.
That's so
and
funny.
so that's gone. So whatever narrative they, I don't even know. It's hard to buy into anything.
Oh, supposedly it's the
Even
area of the atmosphere that filters the sunlight. It absorbs the harmful rays of the sun.
Oh, good. That's good.
Okay, so that's natural climate protection, right? Why the fuck are they spraying? We already got that shit.
Yeah. Why are they spraying? Exactly.
I don't know.
Stop bombing. Stop exploding stuff. Stop blowing up different countries. And maybe that has something to do with climate too. You ever thought about that? What the military do?
Maybe they
Who
should
regulates them?
stop cutting down all the freaking trees for solar farms. How about that? Just a thought.
I know. We've been so stagnant for so long. I mean, it's 2023. You wouldn't know if it could be 1995. I mean, it's just been so. And I think that's the build up to this whole UFO thing. I ain't buying it. I don't buy it. It could be just as easy how they say these military whistleblowers. I don't. Here's the deal. You're in the military. You're going to retire. Here's your orders. The last year of your retirement, you're going to be a whistleblower. You're going to come out and disclose all this UFO information. And That's your last orders before you retire. And so it can easily be something like that. All these people want to disclose. F you. I ain't buying it. I don't buy that. UFOs came all this way and what did they land in Kenya one year? And the people in Kenya are like, no, you have to go talk to the Americans, man. They're in charge of the planet. Go talk to them, man. So now our military is the only one. They're attached to the only one.
Right.
No UFOs come land anywhere else or, it's just,
right. Like
I
at
heard
no
it from
point.
Crow, the best.
Oh, go ahead. What do you say?
Yeah, I heard it from Crow. Like in the 70s and the 80s, we would see all these pictures of, Polaroid pictures of people camping and seeing UFOs caught in the background, accidental developed film back in the day, right? And there were so many UFOs that people caught. But nowadays we have, I guess there's like 8 billion photos loaded up to the internet every day, cameras on every street corner, every building, every gas station, Ring doorbells everywhere. And you're not going to give me a UFO picture now. Now they're just invisible. You can't capture one. And when you do, it's the same blurry, pixelated, dumb story I've heard my whole life. I'm over it.
Yeah.
You can't give me anything real,
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't know. It's just, I think we all got to grow up and, there's so many people that got this little alien boner. They want it to be so real, man, so bad.
Oh, people love space. They fucking love it. They love it. They love space.
Yeah.
And aliens, oh, they love that shit. Of course. It's the best.
They do. The best. You can't destroy it. No matter what, you can't destroy. Even when they say like flat Earth is only the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. It's just the beginning. And I really think that's very important to drive. It is just the beginning for me, even.
It's the,
flat
yeah,
Earth is
I would
not
say.
Only waking. Yeah, because it's led me to being a better person, being healthier, being more self-conscious,
Mm-hmm.
all the other things going on in the world. I mean, it is only the beginning. And when you do wake up to it, you have some kind of spiritual breaking that happens in your body and your mind. I can't even explain it, but, I know when people first get new and turned on, the high that you get, the insanity is, it's awesome, It's beautiful, but that simmers down. I mean, you find out all these other truths, and you want to tell everybody. And man, I've burned my bridges.
Yeah,
I burned my bridges so bad trying to tell people. People won't even let me build new bridges to burn. So, But I don't know. Thank you for your time. Just saying, if you can zoom in on that and see that airport, it's a massive one, and I think that's where a lot of these planes. These chemtrail planes fuel up and take off.
Huh. Yeah. Okay, for sure.
Thanks for hearing me ramble, though. You're the best. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, have a good day.
All right, you too. Yeah. Well, while he was talking, I'm sure were you guys watching? Did I close the window? Let me see. Did I close the maps window? There. Yeah, so, right here. Naval Auxiliary Landing Field. Interesting. I don't know. Is that how big is that? Let's see. 1,000 feet. Is this this long? Here, hold on. 1,000 feet. So 1, 2, 3. It's like 9 or 10,000 feet. I guess that's a pretty big field. So there's this one on San Clemente, right? Okay, so here's Catalina. Of course, Catalina is the big island that a lot of people go there. That's like the touristy part. If they've got, you know, a club. Moonstone Beach. Ew, that sounds nice. So there's this Catalina airport, which actually that looks kind of small, right? So then, if you go over, there's both of these islands actually. Both of these islands have an airfield. So the San Clemente one has it here on the north tip of it, and then if you go over to San Nicolas Island, there's an airfield here too. Look at this. Federal Fire Station. This one is smaller than the other one though. This is a smaller airfield. San Nicolas Naval Facility. So the Navy's got a little spot right here. Of course. What's this? Naval Research Center. It's a rocket research facility per the National Park Service. What's this? Weird. Why does that have an airplane? There's no plane there. Okay. Original San Clemente Airfield. Which is obviously not being kept up. And now they've got one over here. This one. Naval Auxiliary Landing Field. This is a pretty decent sized runway. That must be the one you're talking about, because that's the biggest one. The outer space Dave Weiss talks about makes sense. What's the outer space that Dave Weiss talks about? Anyone seen the film Shrooms? Oh my goodness, is that propaganda? They take them and hell breaks out. No? No. Is it like Reefer Madness but for mushrooms? C-17 Depot at Selfridge Air Base. They have been doing low-flying maneuvers here lately. Huh. If you're not making $250,000 a year, you're pretty much low income. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, at least, like, you should be making like $100,000 a year if you want to have any sort of like average American life, quote unquote. You know, 250 probably, like, you know, in higher cost of living areas, but on the other side of Antarctica, well, I mean, nobody's been there, so who knows? Who knows? The outer lands. It could be the outer lands for sure, but we don't know. Actually, I was thinking about, like, they were talking, somebody somewhere was having a conversation about, like, what extraterrestrial means, or extra lands. Like, could it be other worlds? Could there be other worlds adjacent to this one? And I was thinking about it, and it could be. It could be like that. Like, I started to think about honeycomb. About honeycomb and how, like, everything in, like, hexagons in nature. Let's just do this. Let's do hexagons in nature. So many things are hexagonal in shape. It is, see, when you got bubbles together, you have, like that, they start to form a sort of hexagonal shape. Well, so you look at this one here is a pentagon. So it could be a pentagon or a hexagon, but the hexagon is the more efficient one, right? Like on average, it would be more of a hexagonal shape to be the best use of space, right? And then, you know, what if it is, I mean, it could be something like that where here's a world pond, you know, here's a pond, each having its own system within itself, you know, but just slightly different on the inside, unique on the inside. Sort of like how these are all, you know, I don't know. It's just something to think about, you know, because like typically, and actually for the most part, I really don't even think about stuff like that. Like I just focus on this realm, and I don't really concern myself with what could be outside the realm, because for me, it's really more important about understanding the one that we're in before I start contemplating or even worrying about what's on the outside of it, because we were lied to about where we live, right? So I would like to know where it is that we live, the one we're in. And then, you know, after that, it would be fun to consider on the outside. But this is just something that crossed my mind. I actually kind of like the thought of it. I like the thought of it. And, you know, if any of you have been listening to me and, you know, I talk a lot about crystalline structures, I mean, that qualifies. When you look at the platonic solids, you know, the dodecahedron represents the ether, water, but all of these fit inside that hexagonal shape. It's just interesting to think about it. There you go. This is like how a crystal almost forms almost like a sphere-like shape. The soccer ball. It's like a soccer ball. Anyway, just something to think about. I'm an infinite plane guy where something ends, something else begins. Well, infinite can't be proven, you know, and that's, you know, I don't know about infinite. That's a lot. Infinite is a whole lot. That's never ending. Like never ending. So I don't know. How would you ever prove that? It could just be so big that you just haven't been able to get to the end in your lifetime. Did you ever think about that? Anyway, I don't know. Who knows what's on the outside? I like to mostly concern myself with what's on the inside, because outside of that, it's pure speculation. Nobody's been outside of it. Nobody's taken a picture of us from the outside. They've taken pictures from really way high up, but nobody's been on the outside, far away, separate from this system. Like, I don't think humans could even exist outside of this realm. You know? I could be wrong about that, though. Maybe we could go to like another realm next door. But I think that this one's big enough that they could just be hiding stuff here. Even if we can't get out of this particular one physically, like it could just be here. There's so much room on the map. The realm is so big. And plus, nobody goes to Antarctica. Who knows what's over there? Like, there's still plenty of room here in the known world for them to be hiding stuff. You know, so it's not even necessary to even go outside the realm. But what's past the end? I don't know. I don't know. But what I would like to know is, okay, so, oh man, I closed that window. I shouldn't have closed that window. Hold on. Hold on. Wasn't the maps window that I closed that I wanted to have open. I wanted that, this. No. Yeah, that. This. So check this out. This showed up when I searched stratospheric aerosol spraying. This is from November of 2018. 2018. Controversial spraying method aims to curb global warming. So 5 years ago, they're like announcing the same shit. Is it the same shit? It's the stuff of science fictions. Planes spraying tiny sulfate particles into the lower stratosphere around 60,000 feet up. The idea is to help shield the Earth from just enough sunlight to keep temperatures low. The researchers examined how practical and costly a hypothetical solar engineering project would be beginning 15 years from now. You mean 15 years ago? The aim would be to halve the temperature increase caused by heat-trapping greenhouse gases. This method would mimic what large volcanoes do. Oh. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted in the Philippines. It was the second largest eruption of the 20th century, according to the United States Geological Survey. In total, the eruption injected 20 million tons of sulfur dioxide aerosols into the stratosphere. USGS said the Earth's lower atmosphere temperature dropped by approximately 1 degree Fahrenheit. The effect only lasted a couple of years because the sulfates eventually fell to Earth, right? So, yeah, exactly. What goes up must come down. Although controversial, some think that that trying to mimic the impacts of volcano eruption. So back then, that's what they're saying. They're trying to viable way to control global warming. This proposed type of climate geoengineering is called stratospheric aerosol injection. Theoretically, if done at scale and sustained, the impact can be large. Well, clearly they've been doing it at scale sustainably for years. The 1 degree temperature drop, which accompanied Mount Pinatubo's eruption, is equal to about half the human-caused warming Earth has experienced since Industrial Revolution began. That's so stupid. So here, this is the picture that I had up. So reflective. This is what I'm wondering. Reflective aerosols. It's a cloud seeding. So where they got something out on the ocean spewing shit up into the air that causes clouds? Are these things like droning, like drone ships out in the ocean where nobody can fucking see it? I mean, and you do see some of these satellite pictures where stuff will form off the coast and then blow inshore over the land. So, I mean, they could be space mirrors. What a fucking joke, right? Air. Do you think it's possible for anyone to steal luck? I have a friend, and every time I talk to them, things start going bad for me, but good for them. I've tried to ignore them. I think that's in your mind. I don't know. When people ask what the firmament is made of, I ask what an air bubble underwater is made of. Well, it's crystalline. And even if it's water, that's true, because water is considered a crystal. Water in a frozen form is crystal. It's considered a liquid crystal. So you could just say it's crystalline. That might even be easier for them to comprehend. So they're saying if you make clouds in the sky, it blocks the sun and cools the temperature. Ha! Wet surface air coolers. Flat Earth ship air. When you drop something, it is not accelerating downward, and still no one wants to address this. Well, that just doesn't make sense, dude. I mean, seriously, it just doesn't make sense. Why would something not be accelerating downward when you drop it, you let go, and it does? It goes towards the earth. That is where equilibrium is. That is the floor of the universe. I'm okay with that. The earth does not need to be accelerating upwards. So then the earth, if the earth is accelerating upwards, then the whole sky, all the objects in the sky, they're all accelerating with us at the same rate. Is the earth just pushing everything up? What's pushing the earth up? If everything that's moving needs some sort of mechanical thing behind it to move it, and nothing can move on its own because there is no magnetics or electrostatic forces or any sort of thing like that, any sort of pressure mediation change or anything like that. So then what is pushing the earth up? What is that? What's pushing the earth up? And what's pushing the thing that's pushing the earth up? Like, where does it end? See, this is like kind of what I'm, this is where I'll go back to why you don't even need to really to try to understand what is outside the known world. Why don't you try to understand what's going on inside first? Go within. Go within. We need to understand what's going on inside first. What's going on in here? And then it might give us clues as to what is going on the outside. But it doesn't make sense to me that the earth would be rising at 9.8 whatever meters squared per second. Things don't even fall at the same rate. It just doesn't make sense. The Jews are pushing up the earth. It's always the Jews. Oh, thank you, David. That makes sense. It's presupposing space around Earth. Set on pillars, fixed, immovable. I agree. I just don't think the world's moving. It doesn't feel like it's moving. It doesn't present like it's moving. Like a cathode ray tube, that is gravity on Earth. We are all on a big ass elevator going up. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Turtle's back and he's surfacing very slowly. If the Earth is stationary, what is it fixed to? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But it makes more sense that it's fixed to something, that it's just sitting here and we're all just existing on it rather than it flying through space. I mean, it makes sense to me. Especially when Zach Zabala, God bless him, Yah bless him, he does these little, these experiments on his channel where he changes the dielectric acceleration rate of an object by putting it between two plates and changing the charge of the plate. Did you see that thing where he makes the little piece of paper, instead of sticking on the bottom, it sticks to the top? It's changing its rate. And it also makes sense too, it goes along with like the Hutchinson effect. Remember John Hutchison, where he would perform, let's see if we can find some. Let's see if we can find some of his videos where he would apply a charge to objects, and then they would go flying up in the air. Noble gas powered generator, Philadelphia experiment, crystal battery. Oh, cool. He was doing crystal battery stuff. We've discussed crystal battery here on the Coffee Talk before. It's a very fascinating subject. I'm not seeing... Oh, wait. Videos. John's favorite clips. Levitation. Let's see. Oh gosh, it makes you download it? I hope it's not gonna give me a fucking virus. It's not even a video file. Flash? Oh, well, okay. Let's see. His website is not working properly, but let me see. Videos. So he applies an electrical charge to these objects, and then they go flying up in the air. Anti-gravity effect. Here we go. The Hutchison effect
Right, so
of
I was
replication.
asked to look into the Hutchinson effect. Fueled right. We have the circuit here, and at the end of this demonstration, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. But anyway, let's have a look at that. I'll give you a close-up of the. Oh, that's amazing. Truly amazing.
So tell me then, if the Earth is accelerating upwards, is the force stronger or weaker than the electrical force, than static electrics? I mean, then how is this happening if static electrics don't exist? You know what I'm saying? Google bunker fuel, it's real. What's bunker fuel, Scooter? Cannot account for a uniform downward vector. So the charge of the Earth and how we know everything we know about the electric universe doesn't explain your downward vector to you? Not a virus. Love that, Zach. Right, Daryl Davis? Oh, Cammy. No work required on that vector. Understand how it works. The physics are in place. Right? The physics of the known world dictate it. So God did it? Well, I mean, who, in my honest opinion, the creator, that's personal opinion. The volts per meter we measure isn't opinion, though, and it would produce the effects you are describing. Exactly, Cammy. So, atmospheric electricity. So here, how do we describe the vertical pressure structure of the atmosphere? You know, that is kind of interesting. So the volts per meter, it goes up and it goes down. So yeah, that does kind of explain the downward vector, doesn't it? Yeah, here we go. Right? Oh, that's not an actual video. I got trolled. Forbidden. Listen, I'm not an electrician, and I'm not good at explaining this part of it, but but it made sense to me when I watched it. Is it 11:11? Oh, it's 11:10. No despair, bear. It's 11:10. Demonstrate electrostatics producing density gradients. I want to know when and who named this place Earth. Earth is not accelerating. Stop saying that. It's uniform velocity. Whatever, dude. I don't... Okay, whatever. The Earth's uniform velocity. It's moving up. They're saying that it moves upwards. I just don't agree with that. I tried to bring Flat Earth info that Robert Murray Smith guy and his comrades a few years ago. I wonder if he's on board. Who's Robert Murray Smith? I'm not familiar with that name. Now it's 11:11. Now it's 11:11. Now it's 11:11.
It's 11:11. Spirits
Resonate, reflect, visualize. 11, 11. JM. Spirit listens. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Manifest.
Hello, Karen.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
How are you on this fine morning?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, just watching the world burn.
Right?
Definitely an interesting subject you're bringing here on what they're doing and what's going on. And the more I clearly see what's happening, I mean, I would say most of us in the community we're in, where we know we don't live on a magical spinning ball, would say our moon and sun are local, correct?
Correct.
Probably also go along with the belief that our moon and sun are part of how this electromagnetic place works, and they're sources of energy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They work in unison. There's the theory that it works with the ocean, the salt water, which actually makes very good sense, like a battery.
Right.
Well, if you wanted to fuck up the source of life to this realm, wouldn't you go up there and spray a bunch of toxic shit that would mess up the battery?
Yeah, that makes sense. Although I don't know why.
And I mean,
but they're here too. We have to remember too. They're in this realm too. So what are they doing that they're okay with doing to themselves? Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand that, and I see where people are going, and there's a couple thoughts I have on this is, and this is going back to just from what, and you know, because you've been studying deeply into the scripture lately, the opposition to our Creator wants to do 180-degree difference of what our Creator wanted, okay? I would think we can all agree that this earth realm we live in is a living realm. It's a living place. The source of life, one of the main sources of life that gives us life on this place is the sun. Okay? Well, I'm not saying that they're trying to completely wipe out life completely, but what they're trying to do is alter and change the life and the way things work. If they can alter the sun and the moon and the electromagnetic field enough to where that gives them more control over what happens, I really think a lot of them are looking to get eternal life here in this place.
Yeah.
And they're already working on stuff. They tell us about this with getting our consciousness into machine.
Ugh.
Which would make sense because that goes back into where, because I remember as a young man reading in scripture going, well, how the hell can this be true that man will seek death, but death won't come? That doesn't make any sense. Clearly this has got to be some bullshit or some metaphor or whatever they say. But the more you look at it, if they can take our consciousness and put it in a machine, there you have it. Eternal life. I wouldn't call it a life, but do you see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that's what they're doing. I mean, I come from the understanding of our brains. Our brains and minds are two different things. Our brain and our mind are not the same. Our brains, this is proven with real science, not pseudoscience bullshit. Our brains are transmitters and receivers of frequency.
Right.
This has been tested, this has been studied, this is analyzed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that our minds are of someplace not here. Whether it's in the spirit realm, whether it's where the Creator is, where is it? I don't know. Our soul, whatever you want to call it. And I believe that our brain is connected to our mind. And the more that they work, the more that they do to alter our physical antennas, our bodies, our transmitters, our receivers, the less connectivity we have to source.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the more I study into stuff and the more I look at it, if we look back at the beginning, okay, Lucifer, the fallen one, whatever you want to call him, was here at the beginning when our Creator was making this realm. He was here. He watched everything. He also watched our Creator create us. Okay? There's one thing we have that Lucifer and his fallen ones do not have. We are made of the Creator, are we not?
Right. Yeah. In the likeness of.
You're made for mother and father. I can bet you money that you have a DNA connection to your mother and father, and I would bet you some of your traits genetically in your mannerisms and some of the ways you are, part of that comes from your DNA from your parents. Well, if that holds true, and we were made from source, we are like him. Not saying we are the almighty, powerful, supreme being that he is. However, if we are his children, we have the abilities he does.
Right.
And I think part of why we're here is to get a better understanding of that. Search inside ourselves. Understand what's going on, get a better connectivity, because even his, as you believe it or not, his son, it says, told people when he was performing the miracles and doing the things, this ain't nothing, man. Don't pay any attention to this. This doesn't mean anything, really. You people will do this and greater. And I think that's the reason why the fallen one is so pissed off. Because he's looking at it before we got here. He was the Creator's right-hand man. He was the top shit. If you wanted something from the Creator and you were an angel, you had to go through him, basically. Well, we stepped in, and he had to be sitting here going, what the fuck? What do you mean? You make these pissed little things here, and you give them all of your potential. You give them the potential to become close to what you are. What about us? You kind of screwed us. I think that's how he was able to get some of them to follow him and go, screw this, we're getting screwed here.
Screw this, we're
And
getting
I truly
what?
believe they are trying to turn this realm the 180 degrees different than to what it was meant to be and what it was designed to be. So in the end, he can look up at the heavens and go, you, look what I did. I did it. Not only did I turn your place that you made into a 180 degree difference, I did it with your beloved creations. And they did it.
Yeah. Possible.
And I mean, the more I keep looking into stuff and seeing, and I've been using this lately. I love doing this to people because it's literally, you can take a veil off of somebody's eyes by simply showing them the NASA logo.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this over and over again. And I'll have people on the other end of the phone, and I'll tell them, get on your phone and pull up the NASA logo. Everybody's seen the NASA logo, especially here where I'm at in Houston. Everybody knows what the NASA logo looks like, but they've never looked at it. And I tell them to look at it, and I say, describe it to me. They start describing it. Well, there's this red thing, maybe like an arrow. It looks like a swoosh. It looks like, I said, okay, get ready, because I'm going to take a veil off that you'll never, ever be able to unsee. And when I tell them, that's the serpent's tongue. You can hear their jaw hit the table. And they're like, holy shit, you're right. They put their signs and symbols and messages everywhere. And if I'm playing devil's advocate, because from what I'm seeing and what I'm reading and learning, supposedly there will be one judgment day where we are all judged on the same day. If I was playing the defense of the fallen ones, I would want to go in there with the attitude of, hey, man, you gave these people free will. You gave them choice. You knew who we were. You knew what we were. You can't blame us that your beloved creations are stupid. We put the messages everywhere. And the more we look and the more we dig into things, it's literally in plain sight.
Yeah. Hello?
The more we start looking at quote-unquote science and how shit works, at the end of the day, yeah, we're complex creations. The nature is complex. But if you really start breaking it down, at the end of the day, you can break it down to the stupid simple. But you look at the religion of science and all their bullshit, oh, you got to understand these big complex things, and you're just too dumb to understand this because you haven't been educated. It's all a bunch of horse shit. Just like at the end of the day, my truck, your car, your truck, yeah, it's a complex thing. It's got computers and it's got all this other fancy stuff in it. But at the end of the day, it literally takes fuel, gasoline, mixes it with air, sprays it into a chamber, and puts a spark in it to cause a combustion that turns a crankshaft and camshaft. You can break it down to the stupid simple. The more I start looking at stuff, if you can't break it down to the stupid simple, it's probably most likely bullshit.
Yeah. All right. Where do
Am I
you
making
stand on
sense,
the...
or am I just sounding like a crazy loon?
No, you make sense. Let me ask you, where do you stand on the Earth uniform, what did he call it? Uniform velocity going up, and that's why things fall on the ground.
Nah. Magical bullshit. It's all bullshit. We're flat and stationary. We're stationary. I mean, it makes sense. When you really start asking people about flying on an airplane with a ball spinning twice the speed of sound below you, and then people will go, well, you gotta understand, it's so big, it only moves 2 degrees per hour, or whatever, or 15 degrees, whatever the bullshit is. It's traveling at twice the speed of the sound. You can't deny that. And to try to get people, when you really start getting their brain wrapped around it, it makes logical sense that it's stationary, or stuff wouldn't work here the way they say it does.
Yeah.
And I still say the greatest weapon ever created, is hell-eye vision. Karen, our grandparents had this thing put in their homes. Back in the time, not too long ago, our grandfathers were able to go to work, support the family and the children and their wives. Our grandmothers were able to be home and to do the things to take care of the home. And somewhere in all that mess, they started saying that was a bad thing and a horrible thing. And then our parents, well, they ripped the mothers right out of the house. Got to get you out of there because, you're being oppressed and held down by those evil men holding you down and oppressing you. Got to get you into the workforce so you can pay taxes. So you can go to work for a strange man for 8 hours a day and dump your offspring off to somebody else to raise. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck they're doing to our children today? It's vile.
Oh my god. It's horrid. The state of the public education system is a fucking disaster.
That's homophobic and you're anti-this and anti-that. No, fuck you. You want to talk to children about sex, period. End of discussion. I don't care if it's a bunch of straight dudes trying to do that or straight chicks trying to do that. The fuck are you doing? fucking vile. I'm sorry. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, they need help and understanding. No, they don't. They need to be fucking children, man. Let them be children. If you got a 6-year-old, 7-year-old coming up to you talking to you about they're confused on what they are, there's a problem with what's been put in that poor child's brain. And it comes through the screen, the television that's in everyone's hand. Go to the fucking grocery store nowadays, you see little children that can't even speak, yet they got a thing in their hand. Boop, 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 boop. And if it falls on the floor, they scream and have a temper tantrum until mommy picks it up and puts it back in their hand so they be quiet.
Yep.
Or losing interaction with people and turning it more into machine. And the more you look at it, the Matrix, the Terminator movies, all that stuff, very, very telling on what they're trying to do. Not saying we're going to become Terminator and all that other nonsense. I agree with Mark Sargent. You know, the machine can't think like we can. However, you can have the AI running all of this stuff, doing all the menial tasks. And we've had the internet for so long, this AI can go through the internet and scan so much in a tenth of a second. It can give us the appearance of thought, but at the end of the day, that AI is being controlled by central sources, central control units that write the fucking main program of what they want it to do, of what they want the AI to do. The AI will be the new God. Lucifer, in my opinion, will be a machine. Or a demon in a machine's body.
A demon's it. Maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe that's what the demons are trying to do. Build themselves bodies. Because they don't have a physical body. So they're trying to build themselves a machine that they can, what do you call it? Animate. That they can possess.
They don't care what they're in.
Well,
all they want is a body.
Maybe that's the transhumanist part.
Somebody else's body. Yes.
Right? So like they can't possess just a machine, right? Like they can't do just a machine, so there has to be a human element in there. Right? Maybe that's why they want it to be biomechanical. Because it can't be just
if you
purely
still
mechanical.
have connection to source, the demons, the fallen ones, cannot completely control you. You have the ability to be saved from that. Once you lose connection to source, it's over. That's it. You're done. That's what they want. The Borg from Star Trek, for anybody that's a Star Trek fan. Yes, I know, space is fake, but hey, Star Trek had some good written shit. But the Borg makes sense. The combination of flesh with machine.
Mm-hmm.
The demons don't care. They'll possess a goat. They'll possess a pig. They'll possess a human. They'll possess a machine. Whatever they can possess. They don't care. And we're building all of this for them. Like I said, it's genius. You know, Matt from Quantum of Conscience says it all the time. These ones that are controlling everything, they're running the same goddamn play. They've been doing this same play since the beginning. If anybody's ever read the second book of Genesis, also called the book of Adam and Eve, it talks about when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden. Lucifer was walking with them, and he kept tricking Adam's dumbass over and over and over again. When the Father came down from heaven to see what's going on, Lucifer's just kicking back going, I don't know. It's your dumb creation, man. He's kind of stupid. He keeps doing all this stuff. I ain't doing nothing, man. I'm just sitting back here chilling, minding my own business. He keeps doing all this dumb shit. Remember, free will. Free will.
Right. Free will.
And literally, the same play. Lucifer's team when he's not when they're on the field. Okay, boys, you know what the play is? Yep, run it up the middle, 10 yards every fucking time. His opposing team is sitting there going, okay, we got all these great magical plays. We're going to do all these trick plays and all this other bullshit. And they're friggin' knocking us out over and over and over again, running around and chasing bullshit and nonsense. And the opposition sitting there laughing, going, dude, we're running the same goddamn defense over and over again. Our offense is the same over and over and over again. Man, these people are stupid.
Yep.
We all get caught up in it, chasing stuff, chasing nonsense. But heck, how we were brought up and raised. Look at all the television, all the movies they put in front of us. How much crap they get us chasing. You can go talk to some of these teenage kids and they can tell you all the details you want to know about all these goofball, Marvel, fantasy, made-up characters. You get your brain filled full of a bunch of nonsense and bullshit that is absolutely worthless to anything.
Mm-hmm.
That means nothing. And just like this whole thing with this, oh, we're getting these corporations now. Look what we're doing to InBev, a.k.a. Budweiser. Like, y'all are getting played. Look at all the companies being shut down. Look at all the businesses being shut down. Look at all the pensions that are falling out of by the wayside. They are turning every country in our world into a slave land. Look at these elites. Look at these actors. Look at these actresses. Look at these elected officials. All of these morons. And go back and look at the Egyptian times. It's the same fucking script over again. They're doing the same thing. Now I see how the Egyptians were so easily enslaved. Africa, #1 slave country in the friggin' world, yet we have all these great leaders. Let me see. Elon Musk. Africa. Hunter Biden's current wife. Strange. She's also an African American. Happens to be a honky white cracker, though, but she's an African American. Couldn't be any connection there to any slave trade going on.
I don't know.
Had slavery since the beginning. Still going on to this day.
Yeah.
Nothing's new. Same play over and over again. They never change. Look at how dumb the average person is today, Karen. Just flat out dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Go and buy something in a store and get the total, and then give them the change, and then the paper currency to get stuff rounded out. They can't do the math, and they look at you funny like you're trying to trick them. Why'd you give me this extra $2 here? Well, you see, with the change I gave you and the $2, you give me back a $5. And they look at you and go, man, you trying to trick me. They're not saying that, but you can see it in their eyes. I'm like, punch it into your computer. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Wow. How did you know that? They will literally say that. How did you know that? It's called simple math. I didn't need to draw it out in 15 steps to show you how to do simple math, unlike what they've taught you in your schools. The dumbing down, the shots, the vaccines, the poisoning of the children.
Yeah.
But thank God we've at least got a group of people that are seeing. We may not agree on every damn thing, and some people may think I'm a crazy lunatic, but damn it, at least we're looking for truth, and at least we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I think the majority of us would say, the hell's happening to our children is vile and disgusting. I don't care what side of the fence you're on, who you want to go in your bedroom with, and what kind of weird stuff you want to do in your bedroom. Have fun. But damn it, what we're allowing to happen to our children, this is vulgar. Well, it's all make-believe and fantasy. And guess what? There's children involved in that too. So why are we allowing the make-believe and fantasy, as some people call it, to be happening with children there? You telling me those are make-believe children there? Computer-generated AI in those videos? They're children.
Yeah.
They did the same stuff. Look at the actors. Look at the stuff that happened with E.T., allegedly with that girl from E.T., not E.T., the Poltergeist.
Oh, yeah.
Girl that died?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got cancer or something, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, she was horrendous what happened to her. You can stomach it. I think it's on Amazon. There's a movie called Babylon with Brad Pitt in it. I've only been able to stomach through maybe an hour of it, but damn, it tells you exactly who they are, what they are, and what they've been doing right there blatantly.
Mm-hmm.
Right in your face. But like I said, I think that's their defense.
I don't know.
If I was playing the devil's advocate, that's the defense I'd run. Hey, ain't my fault. You knew what I was. You knew who we were. Your people had free will. We gave them everything. Everything is here.
Well,
Not
the
our fault.
problem
They're too
is
fucking stupid.
The problem is that the authorities are the ones doing the bad shit. They're not going to arrest themselves. So that just isn't going to happen.
Oh, exactly. No, exactly. But I'm saying at the end of things when there is the judgment day. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I'm just saying if in my limited comprehending and understanding, that's the defense I go with.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of a bad plan in my opinion. Hey, Jam, are you going to be in Vegas?
Yeah, but I'm hoping so. We just got to make sure we can make the finances work together and make it happen. Because, now every time you go to the store, they keep telling you the prices go up on the same stuff you bought last week for $5 cheaper.
Yeah.
In the world that I'm in, the wonderful world we're going through a lot of stuff right now, and I'm just sitting here watching it going, man, this ain't good at all. And then we also get notice that our federal government now has their guns focused on my business and the part of the business I'm in directly. And they've already said, we are aiming our guns at you, and we coming for you.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting back going, this ought to be fun. Yeah. Just remember all the stuff they did to the big boys not too long ago.
Mm.
Now they're aiming it at the little guys.
Yeah.
And they flat out said, we know there's still companies out there that are still able to do great things and give people great deals, yet they're paying the people that are generating the business too much money. And as far as we're concerned, we think there's fraud going on. In other words, smaller companies that are actually paying their employees what they're worth are now the enemy of the system.
Yeah. Right.
Surprise.
Right. Yeah, of course. Well, that's what COVID was. That was them, basically destroying all independent small business owners. They want all their corporate bullshit. All their controlled corporate bullshit.
It's sickening. And I'm talking to more and more people, even some people that are about 10, 12 years younger than I am in the business that I do. I talk to people every day, and people are opening their eyes going, oh my God, what the hell has happened? The world we knew, Karen, is freaking gone.
Oh, yeah.
And we've allowed them to take it from us in a short period of time. And it really started with 9/11, in my opinion, as far as when we started seeing it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep.
In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, come on. I hear some young people nowadays that want to try to talk how racist we were in the 80s, and I'm like, please. I could take you back to 1980-something. Racist my ass. Bullshit. Look at our music. Look at the things we did. Look at the people we hung out with. Yeah, but there was this. There's always idiots, you fool. There's always idiots. The normal people don't associate with those idiots. But once again, they're changing history and replacing history, and try to put our generation as, we were just bad, evil people.
Well, it's up to us to Keep perpetuating truth then, isn't it? That's why we're here, to break their spells and to expose their bullshit.
Exactly. But the work you do, Aaron, is greatly appreciated. You know, the people like Brian Stabley, you know, that Mark Sargent color as well. Mark Sargent is hysterical.
Mark's
Plus
a good
he
dude.
delivers a lot of good information. Yeah, I love his sense of humor. He's fantastic. You guys put on a great show on Tuesdays.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Jane.
I'm assuming you'll be putting on a show tomorrow because of the 4th.
Oh yeah, we'll be live. We will be live.
Awesome.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no calling off the show for 4th of July.
Well, I figured you'd be celebrating all the festivities, Karen. And
Oh my God, I'm over it. I don't even buy fireworks anymore. I'm over it, dude. I get so annoyed with people and their fireworks, and, you know, torturing all the woodland creatures in my woods. I hate that shit. Anyway, yeah, we'll be live tomorrow.
Just by long distance hole punchers and lead. That's a good thing to buy instead of buying fireworks.
I agree. Right? Tannerite's better than fireworks.
Exactly.
All right, Jan.
I'm glad to see your buddy Ted there. He's now listening to my advice to just get the wonderful McDonald's and eat healthy so he could, you know, live the American life.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's another thing that's scary is look around at most of the people in America today. We've become blobs. Like Wall-E. Wall-E.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of fat people.
But at the end of the day, it's the food they're being given. It's genetics. That's somewhat true in a lot of cases, but the problem is we've just poisoned people's diets, fed them with garbage, and then told them, well, it's okay now. Well, what? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's food life now.
Yeah. All right, Jan. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. It's good to hear from you.
Oh, yeah. Pleasure as always speaking with Miss Karen. You have a great day.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I'm back. So I see in my chat, Flat Earth Ship Bear. Why are you so hung up on this stuff? It's funny to me that you're still. I mean, I feel like we had this conversation like years ago. We all went through this. You're beginning to understand Dell's frustration level. Well, why does the lightning... See this picture? Why does the lightning strike the ground? Why does the lightning strike the ground? Is the lightning heavy? Does it weigh a lot? That's not a density thing. Answer questions. If electrostatics is causing the effect of density and buoyancy, then why does this effect appear when there is no connection to the reference frame? But it's in motion. What are you talking about? Like, so like, say you're in a 0G plane and they're falling, right? They're on the downward vector of the parabolic flight, and then they have the density tower and it's all mixed up because it's in motion, right? Mostly ruined here. Y2K was a real start. You mean when they were freaking everybody out about when 2000 hit and they were telling everybody the computers were going to take a big shit and everything was going to fail, and then it didn't, then like nothing happened? Kinetic materials. I think strawman might be correct word here. At least watch the video I sent with an open mind before trying to take me down. I'm not saying density and buoyancy don't exist. Nobody says density and buoyancy doesn't exist. They are very much real and part of the whole, but they do not set the vector and do not explain why no work is required on that one axis. Exactly. The Supreme Court made a ruling on the validating of the Antarctica Treaty, but I can't find anything about it due to other rulings. How was this recent, Scooter? Worldwide Nothing Burger. And then there was, then they did the false, the 9/11. And that screwed everything up for a long time. That screwed everything up for a long time. Kind of like COVID is screwing everything up for a long time. I feel like maybe 9/11 was worse, though. It screwed everything up for a long time worse. Like, we still have to take our shoes off at the airport. Because why? Because we all bombs in our fucking shoes? It's so stupid. And he thinks Stella's frustrated. Right, Cammy? It's like the right-hand rule. Lightning deaths. Another time too, and this also makes me think about the time when Bob and Cammy first moved to this area from Colorado, and they were staying in a house up the road here in the little town up the road, and I went over there to visit them, and it was kind of stormy and rainy that day, and I walked out the front door of that house, and literally the lightning struck the ground like right in front of my face. I watched the lightning come down, hit the ground, and it even made a sound. It was all zzz. It sounded like a big, like that movie sounding electricity sound. It's exactly what it sounded like. It was all zzz, and it came and it zapped the ground, and then thunder broke out like almost immediately because it was right there on top of us. I literally watched it hit the ground. That was a trip. Yeah, yeah, it was a trip. Flat Earth Ship Bear, can you call in? Because I don't know what I'm missing. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, to me, I feel like this is going back to a conversation we've had a couple years ago. And I just don't really want to go back to it because it makes sense to me. And it makes sense demonstrably with like things that we know in physics, with things that we demonstrate with physics, like with stuff that Zach does on his channel with the gases and the magnets and the Van de Graaff generator, and what we know like on just with people who aren't even involved in flat earth, like people who, you know, you make those machines that extract energy from the straight from the air, and people just, like I said, with the Hutchison effect and stuff, like to me, the earth moving just doesn't make sense. And even, let's just say it is. How are you ever going to prove that it is? Hasn't it already been established? Like, aren't there a bunch of quotes from all these relativists? Like, back when Einstein came up with the theory of relativity, and they, you know, and all the back and forth. Isn't there a bunch of quotes where they're basically saying that there's no way to prove whether it's the heavens moving or the earth? So why are we going back to this conversation? To me, it just feels like, and if there's no denying of electrostatics, and we all understand that electrostatics are a thing and that density buoyancy is a thing, why is this conversation even necessary is what I want to know. Why I just feel like it's a distraction. I feel like the question's been answered. I feel like there's nothing that makes me feel like this place is moving. Like, once I woke up to flat earth and I realized that the earth isn't moving and it's the sky, the objects in the sky are moving above us, that was it. That became like, that rang so true to me, and it became so reassuring. Like, the whole thing about flat earth is like, once you realize that you are inside of an enclosed realm that was literally made for you. This whole big, huge, giant, wonderful place was made for you, and it provides everything you need. It provides everything for your life, everything for your emotional fulfillment, your wonderment, your imagination, your wants, your needs, your desires, everything. It provides everything. And it just doesn't make sense to me that it would be moving. Like, I feel very comfortable in the fact that this is a stationary realm made for us. And to throw in this whole thing now of it's moving, it's got a uniform velocity going up, like, it just seems unnecessary. It just seems unnecessary to me, to be honest with you. And futile. So that's kind of why I don't really spend a lot of time on it. Like, I don't really want to go back and spend a bunch of time on it. I'm just over it. I'm okay with a level stationary plane. That's fine. That's how Earth presents itself. It makes sense. It's safe. It's a safe place, which is how I imagine Earth to be. Like, the relief of realizing that you don't live on a moving rock through space. Like, you're just putting us back on a moving rock through space. Right? Is it not? Like, it's not the same heliocentric model, but it's a rock moving in space. I just don't believe that. I mean, no offense. Like, if you're having to work through this, you know, whoever people are working through this, go work through it. I did that already, I feel like. And I don't really care to go back and reconsider that, because it's silly to me. Now, to me, it seems silly. Like, I just don't think we're on a moving rocket space. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. Tony Coriolis.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, not much. So talking about the coins, the last time that I called in, I got to look at all the ones that you were showing on the camera. It looked like one of those coins honestly has like the Chinese New Year animals on it. So that one's the winner of the coolest looking ones that you got, but they all looked awesome. I was envious of them all.
Oh, cool. Wonder which one that was.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one that, like, literally, it had, like, little animals on it, you know. I just thought that was so cool. And then I've re-listened to that one long call-in where we first talked about Chinese New Year, then you went on talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone brought up a question on why is there no cat in the Chinese New Year, and then you said, oh, there is a tiger, you know?
Uh-huh.
And one thing I forgot to mention was I said I got all into it off Gary the Numbers guy off Tinfoil Hat, and he said that actually the rabbit is the cat. Like, and I don't know any explanation to that, but that's something that he said. And then we're even in the rabbit year right now, so I guess that we're supposed to be in the rabbit/cat year type of thing.
Well, a rabbit is a rodent, not a cat.
No, I know, but that Gary the Numbers guy, he did say that the cat is actually the rabbit. Like,
but why?
in the Chinese New Year, like,
is there?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I must know why.
But he did make a point to bring it up. Why would they lie?
I know. I'm saying I must.
Yeah.
I must know why. Like, I want to know why he's saying the rabbit is the cat.
I know. I wonder why it was even important for him to bring up at all. But he mentioned it, and I think the guy is he's kind of an elusive guy. You know, I got a lot of questions for him. So maybe I got to join his academy, that GG33.
Huh.
Yeah. And then I said that the coin that I got was 73. You know, I think that, like, I remember how I said, like, oh, I thought that was as high as you could go. But either way, it's my lucky number. And then today is 7-3. So today is, like, my lucky day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with, I said before, Mark Sargent said that if you add up all the numbers on a roulette table, it equals 666.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that, you know, as much as I like 7-3, those are my two lucky numbers, there's no 37 on a roulette table. It ends at 36. During Flattoberfest, I want to be on the roulette table at Sam's Town. I scoped out the kind of machine they got on the tour. It's the kind that I like, so.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be at the roulette table, everyone. Yeah.
Cool.
And then, so it was a full moon last night, and then, like, today, is it? Like, when the moon comes up, is it going to be full, or is it after full tonight? Do you know?
It'll probably, let me see, I'll tell you for sure. It is still considered full moon. It's over 99%. So tonight it'll be like 99.4, 99.5 when it rises. So it's still over 99%, so still considered full moon.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I got tomorrow off, so we're staying at like a resort for the whole family, and we're staying at the Princess Resort out here in Arizona. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, and then next week I'm gonna be out on Newport Beach. So I'm gonna call in from Newport Beach. I'm already planning out my next Monday. It's gonna be fun.
That's great. That's great that you're taking some time to enjoy the summer.
I got the vacation, and so I still got to book my Sam's Town hotel. You haven't heard any sort of, nope, take some of the vacation money, book your hotel, we're getting full. You have not heard that yet?
No, I've not yet.
Okay, good. What a relief.
Not yet.
Okay, sweet. Well, hey, as usual, there's a million things that I think of saying, but one last little holler, and then I'll get off. How that last calling guy was kind of like, oh, I'm watching the world burn, you know, it's not what it used to be. There's a song, Lowdown, by Chicago, and that's a great song for that kind of stuff. Like, life has passed me by, you know, it's just not the same. Lowdown by Chicago, that's my holler out to the masses.
All right.
Well, all right, Karen B., I'm short today. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, no problem. Thanks for calling.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Hey, Chantal.
It's a waning full moon tonight. Yes, Thunder Chicken. Yes. Because density and buoyancy shouldn't appear when an object is released from the reference frame. Why not? I don't understand why not. Testing for specific gravity and gemstones was part of my daily life before I retired. I actually understand what I am saying from hands-on work, so it's frustrating. Damn it, I've been working hard to make fences. It's stupid to me to even consider a rock moving upwards, bring back space into it. Yeah. Stars reset every year, Earth is immovable. I agree. The Twitter numerology guy is trying to be president, and you have a sign on non-disclosure. What? The Vietnamese consider it the cat year? That's interesting. Why? Why is a rabbit a cat? I don't get it. That's weird to me. It almost seems like kangaroos are huge jackrabbits and they have deer over there. Okay, so let's try this one. So electrostatic ceases to produce a density gradient when an object is in free fall. Yeah, because it's not at equilibrium. An object at rest is at equilibrium. When it's in free fall, it's not. Right? Craps is the only game that you cannot be stopped from playing due to winning too much. If the reference frame is responsible for downward bias, then buoyancy and density would only be governing factors, secondary parameters. The lightning bolts rolling in, lightning storms rolling in from the prairies in Manitoba. Amazing. Billions of volts just sitting there and until shorting to the ground with a giant lightning explosion. Who thinks this stuff up? Everyone knows rabbits are cats, Karen. Oh, okay. Silly me. I consider the tiger the cat. Well, then what is the... Why... Then what's the point of having a rabbit? Why not make it a cat? I'm confused. The mainstream numerology books lie about Life Path 2, for example, or year cycle starting January 1st. A tiger is a rabbit. Different system. If you were Vietnamese, you'd get it. Okay, well, I'm not Vietnamese, so I guess I'll just never get it. I'll just give up. And it's funny, Ben, that you were saying that they should be making Gundams, and there is a life-size Gundam. That's why I started showing that video, because I saw you say they should be making a Gundam. And they did. Isn't that funny? Anyway, it is sort of interesting, though, to think about that, because what is it in scripture? Let me search it up. Legion, right? That's what they call themselves, Legion. So they came to, I don't know this name, I think that might be Jesus, and saw the demon-possessed one, him who had the legion, sitting and dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. They, and that's the other thing, the demons go by they. My name is Legion because we are many, right? So this is, Jesus heals a man with a demon. This is Mark 5, chapter 5. And they came to the other side of the sea. He met him out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no one was able to bind him, not even with chains, because he had often been bound with shackles and chains, but the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shackles broken in pieces, and no one was able to tame him. And continually, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. And seeing Yeshua from a distance, he ran and bowed to him. Having called out with a loud voice, said, What have I to do with you, Son of the Most High El? Swear to Elohim not to torture me. For he said to him, Come out of the man, unclean spirit. And he was asking him, What is your name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, because we are many. And he begged him very much that he would not send them out of the country. Now a great herd of pigs was there, feeding near the mountains, and all the demons begged him, saying, Send us to the pigs, so that we enter into them. That's kind of creepy. You know what? This is a good reason not to eat pig. Listen, I'm not a Bible literalist, but I'm just saying, I stopped eating pork a while ago, and now after reading that, I feel pretty good about not eating pig. Even better. All the demons begged him, saying, Send us to the pigs that we enter into them. And he gave them permission, and the unclean spirits came out and entered into the pigs. They were about 2,000, and the herd rushed down the steep place into the sea and drowned in the sea. That's crazy. And he gave them permission, and the unclean spirits committed, blah, blah. And those who fed the pigs fled, reported it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what had taken place. So they came to Yeshua and saw the demon-possessed one, him who had the legion, sitting and dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And those who saw it related to them that it was a demon-possessed one, and about the pigs. And as he was entering into the boat, he who had been demon-possessed begged him that he might be with them, and did not allow him, but said to him, Go home to your friends and report to them what the master has done for you and how he had compassion on you. Anyway, it's just interesting that 2,000, I mean, think about that. So there, one man was possessed by 2,000 demons. That's kind of crazy. All Voltron with you, Ted. Smashing the Vatican. I have cut down on pork overall. I feel more energetic. Yeah. As I eat bacon, egg, and cheese quesadilla. Cammy. Pork sucks, but you'll never convince me that bacon is bad. That's too funny. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I got over it. So, I don't know. Pork is in everything, processed food for flavor. Why? Yeah. I mean, isn't that interesting? Like, I had not even read that part of scripture before, but I find it really fascinating that Jesus tells all the demons to go into pigs, and then the pigs go drown themselves. Like, that's weird. Why do they do that? Is it because the demons are like, fuck, I don't want to be inside of a filthy pig. We need to get out of here, and like the only way out is to go kill itself? I mean, I don't know. That's just weird. The demons were bad, not the pigs. Right. Also gave up sea bugs. The pigs are like, get out. Yeah, it's just interesting, right? Interesting. So, I like how they've got forestation here as one of the ways to combat this, but yet they've been cutting everything down for solar farms. Remarkably inexpensive. So they're even telling you it doesn't even cost that much money for them to do it. Jeez. An entirely new aircraft needs to be developed. Oh, that could be like the UFO. Maybe they're, yeah, that could be it. A new aircraft developed. It's what they're spraying with. Oh, UFO! Missions would need to be conducted at nearly the double cruising altitude of commercial airplanes, but they already have planes that can fly that high. No existing aircraft has the combination of altitude and payload capabilities required. Extreme weather shrinking the planet, and then they have a picture of what is this? Looks like paradise, where they all the houses burnt down, but the trees are still there. Yeah. Oh, the Himalayan Great Glaciers are melting. You guys, watch out. Deer make good pepperoni. Deer meat is good. I miss having venison. I haven't had venison for a while. Yeah, the Air Force, the military's got all kinds of tech that they don't talk about. Turkey bacon isn't bacon, it's just turkey. Yeah. I don't even try to substitute it with anything. I don't even like, you know, because like I just don't eat it. Why even like try to give myself like the craving for something like that? I don't even do the imitation stuff. The only thing I do is like sausage. I get like chicken sausage or beef, right? Just not pork. Deer is good. You can mix it with beef fat though. It doesn't have to be pork fat. You can mix it with beef fat and it's just as good. I mean, it's a red meat too. I think it's really good with beef fat personally. Is Biden dead? A body taken out of the White House today? I did see that the White House had a hazmat situation, supposedly. White House news. Joe Biden dead conspiracy after video shows body bag outside the White House. First one. White House greenlights research into reflecting sunlight. Yeah, blah, blah, research. Greenlights research. They already been fucking doing it. This is stupid. This is them telling you they're already doing it. National Archives completes review of JFK assassination documents. So they're telling you, remember, they basically disclosed that JFK was assassinated by the CIA. They're telling you that they're spraying you like bugs. It's like nobody gives a fuck anymore. It's like, is everybody so brain dead? They just don't care. Swedish Prime Minister to meet Biden, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Oh, I spelled White House. White House, hazmat. Hazmat incident near White House later deemed non-hazardous. The Secret Service located an unknown item on the White House complex Sunday. The discovery prompted local roads in the nation's capital to be briefly shut down near the White House. The White House grounds were also evacuated as a result, and later deemed to be non-hazardous. So they say. White House evacuated after Secret Service discovers unknown item. Joe Biden dead. What's this one? Joe Biden dead conspiracy theory after video shows White House body bag. We should be so lucky, right? $8.5 million times. Oh, come on. Who cares? We should be so fucking lucky. Don't tease me. Don't tease me. Whatever. We should be so fucking lucky. So, yeah, Big Nothing Burger. Big Nothing Burger. Is this the one in Menlo Park? 39 million? A newly listed California home is gaining attention as a replica White House out west. It's nicknamed the Western White House, up for sale. This is! You know what? When I live... See, I was just telling you guys, I used to live in the San Francisco Bay Area. There's a Atherton. Okay, outside, there's little towns that nobody really talks about, but they're like where all the fucking rich people live. Like where all the baseball players, the San Francisco Giants live. Barry Bonds used to live in there. It's Atherton and Menlo Park area, okay? And I remember this house. It's a mini White House replica. It's a residential home made to look like the White House. The estate named up for sale in San Francisco area. Originally built in the 1800s, the home was remodeled in the 20s to look exactly like the real thing. It even has its own rose garden and Oval Office. Owners listed the house for $38.9 million. The real White House is worth around $400 million, so by comparison, the Western wannabe is a good deal. But yeah, that's so funny. We used to drive by this house. 40 million bucks. Who would want to live? I mean, it is a nice area, it's a nice house, but it's not... You couldn't pay me $40 million to live in that area anymore. It just... Yeah, you can see here where they redid it. We used to go, me and my friends used to go hit this place up for this area up for during Halloween, because all the rich people would put big ass bowls of like whole candy bars. It'd be like whole king size candy bars. It'd be like king size Snickers bars, like a big ass bowl just sitting in front of the house, and it's like, take one. And we would go there. We would go to these rich neighborhoods, and we would load our shit up and eat all kinds of horrible, disgusting, processed junk food. Anyway. Plus it's in California. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Kamala cunt hairs. Ha! I identify as a black person from San Francisco. I want my reparations, right? That's what I'm saying. There's the crazy gold pyramid. Which crazy gold pyramid? Are you talking about the ziggurat in Sacramento? Talking about the ziggurat. This is in Sacramento, right on the Sacramento River. I used to drive by this thing every day. And then right back here, I'll show you, right back here is the Sacramento Bridge, which they recently repainted it. They had a vote on what color to paint the bridge, and they repainted it this color. And then this is the ziggurat. I forget what this was, what business this is. I think it's a bank or something. I mean, it would make sense, right? This is a ziggurat, and then we called this building the Darth Vader building. Yeah. And then I lived in West Sacramento. I used to drive across this bridge every day to go into work here in downtown Sacramento. But yeah. Halloween was fun. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Yeah, I did too. The private home one. I don't know. Is there a private home pyramid? Let me see. Oh yeah. Isn't that by one of the lakes? That's a pretty cool house. I like that. I would live in that. I want a pyramid. I want a pyramid house. These are cool. Dude, I'm a fan of the pyramid. That one's kind of ugly. That one's ugly. It's like the whole outside of it is roof material. Bruh. That's ugly. This one's cool. That's a rendering. Let's see. Even just something like this. What is this? A floating pyramid house. That's what's up. I like that. Here we go. A pyramid house. Is it all glass? Would that be hot? I don't know if I like that either. Is that it for pyramid houses? I guess it's probably not a very popular house shape, but I think it would be awesome. Cadthal Pyramid. Largest meditation pyramid in the world. Oh! That's pretty cool. A meditation pyramid. I bet that's intense. Interesting. Check the gold glass one in Payne Creek. I'd rather have a Frank Lloyd Wright house. Billingtano, you know what? His houses were pretty dope. There's a crazier on some rich shit owns, yeah. This one? Fascinating. I wonder, Curious about the construction of a pyramid. But dude, I want a pyramid house. I'm liking this idea. Pyramid on a base. Monticello was cool. Yeah. You know what? There's this company that makes these homes. They're octagon shaped houses. I actually wanted to do this. The house, because the house I have now we had built, and I wanted to build a house like this, but we ended up not doing it. And now I'm kind of sad because I think it's really fucking cool. Look at this, because it's the whole house is round, right? And so it's a circle, and so the roof just when it rains, you don't even have to have gutters. They just extend the roof out a certain amount across the whole structure, and the water just runs off evenly in all directions, so it doesn't even matter. And look at these ceilings. Isn't it awesome? I actually really like these type of houses. They you know, so you can have like a panoramic view. So like if you live on a property where you have like views all around, you can build it so that you can see in every direction, out windows in all directions, which I think is super cool. I love these houses. Still to this day, I think they're really cool looking. You know, and so like the rooms are going to be different shapes. They're not boxy rooms. It's an unusual shape, which I like. I like things that are eclectic. I don't like cookie cutter, boring, normal, bleh. Like, it's just, this is just super cool. Look at this. How cool. How pretty is that? And this place is based in Asheville. It would be cool to build. I think it'd still be cool to build a house like this. Because look at that. You can see panoramic views out all directions. Like, it's awesome. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like right here, you see? You got these big old windows and you just look out and you can see all the woods. I mean, that's the shit. That's what's up. And you can do multiples, right? So you can have one here, one there. You can build them like little pods, and then connect them. It's pretty cool. So they like prefabricate the house and then they send you the piece. So here's some floor plans. So, right? So you have, yeah, see, it's not like a normal house layout. It's different, you know? I just think it's cool. Very unique. I like this better than the geodesic. Oh, I think it's cool. You need symmetry. Like a yurt. Right, but it's like an actual house. Yeah. Stayed at the Luxor, it sucked. George, me too. I thought that the Luxor was like, I was like, dude, this place is like filthy. And that was like, and that was over 10 years ago, right? Because I haven't really been to Vegas since after my children, you know, were born. It's like, so over a decade. So even back then, I hope that they have remodeled the Luxor, because back then I was like, boy, this place has seen better days. It is not it's not what you expect to see when you walk into a big fancy pyramid off the strip. Let's just say that. At least it wasn't back then. Yeah. Yeah. So like this right here, look at this over the water right there. Oh, yeah, hurricane proof too. That's the other thing. Like, because they're round, the shape of them, they stand in hurricanes. Like this shape right here, this round dome shape is like has been tested to be like the best shape for a structure if you end up in a hurricane or a tornado. Look at this right here. Round homes in hurricanes, circular design. Look, see, all the other houses are wiped out and the round house is just sitting there. That was another reason why I thought they were really cool. Although where I live, it's not really like a concern. But they're more... They are able to withstand higher winds because of the way they're shaped. Which is another reason I thought would be really cool to have a home like that. Now, see, here's a good layout where they've got multiple... Right, look, they got it covered. They made an indoor pool. So here's your main living area. Then you've got one that's a garage. Some stuff in between. Master bedroom. So there's like 3 bedrooms here. Kitchen, living room. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like it. I like that stuff. So pretty. Hurricane Haven. So here you go. Here's one right on the water. I don't know if I'd want it like next to buildings, but like when they have the house sitting there and it's completely surrounded by property, that's like amazing. What an amazing way to enjoy your property and to live in it, I think. Karen got 3 super chats the other day and is already browsing expensive homes. Too funny. I'm not moving. I'm just daydreaming. It is nice though, isn't it? Man, look at that big fridge. What's up? That'd be fun. Would be nice. A U-shaped 1-level house is my favorite layout, the center area for barbecue. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good one. No stairs. Yeah. Last time I was in the Luxor, I spent a few hours laying on the floor of one of the elevators, high as fuck on ecstasy with a couple girls. In one elevator? For hours? Ha! How do you get away with that? It's too funny. Too funny. They're very difficult to decorate inside. Yeah, but you know what? I love a good challenge. I love a good challenge. So, that's what's up. Does anybody want to call in? 848-222-2480. I may end up shutting her down. Because we've already been here for a while. Ooh, my order of Shilajit has shipped. Yay! All right. That makes me happy. Ran out of Shilajit. I needed more. That's the bomb stuff. Speaking of, okay, actually, let's talk about Shilajit for a minute. Shilajit is like one of the best supplements you can take. It is full of fulvic acid, a huge concentration of fulvic acid, and it is one of the best things you can take to help keep your system heavy metal free, detox. Like we were discussing in the very beginning of the stream, with this whole nonsense going on, the constant spraying. The environment we live in is being poisoned, and you know, maybe this is why I think, you know, sometimes I wonder if this isn't being perpetrated by people who do live on like a hidden land somewhere, or a hidden continent, a hidden island, where they keep their air clean and they come and they spray over here on our side. I do believe that it's localized. They have to do it on every area when they do it. So, you know, they could totally be leaving their area clean. And like I was talking about, like David Avocado Wolf, where he's talking about how just the NATO countries seem to be the ones that have all the spraying going on. So it's definitely a localized event whenever they're doing it. So just you know, nothing, you can't, and I don't want to be all black-pilled and like make everybody freak out about what's going on. So just certainly don't take it that way. But it is good to just take care of yourself. Detox, drink clean water, drink distilled water. You know, take the Shilajit once a day. Get that fulvic acid inside of you. You can also take activated charcoal to help you know, just do things that help your body expel anything that is non-self, just for longevity, to make you feel better, just to operate better in this toxic environment. You know, decalcify that pineal gland, soak in Epsom salts in bath time, just don't forget to take care of yourselves, you know, and it's totally fine. We're going to be fine. Remember, they don't have all the power, or else all their propaganda wouldn't be necessary. You know, they have to do all this stuff to try to hurt us because we are so powerful. We are so, you know, we are amazing beings that were created in the likeness of the Elohim, the creators, right? And I don't think it's a him. I think it's a they. I think it's like, it's a masculine and a feminine energy. They are both together. It's the polarity, right? It's the giving and the receiving. So I'm rambling. Where do you get it? I ordered mine from here. This is where I ordered mine. I did not get it off of Amazon. Pure. Oh, I'll show you. Actually, let me just click the link from the email that I just got. So I go to this website. It's called purehimalayanshilajit.com. And they're having a sale right now, 25% off Shilajit soft resin, which is what I get. I get the soft resin. I ordered the powder. When the first time I ordered Shilajit, I ordered the powder, I ordered the hard resin, and I ordered the soft resin. Okay? The powder was cool. I was putting that in my smoothies, but because I live in such a humid environment and whatever the container was not super airtight, the Shilajit literally drew moisture in from the air and it became a hard rock of Shilajit inside the jar. So I had to end up dissolving that into distilled water to extract it and use it anyway. So I just go with the soft resin because it makes it's a consistency where you can just scoop a little pea-size amount out and you take that. They even have it in caplets now. And they have it for pets. So I ordered some for my dog this time. But fulvic minerals, right? Anyone who is searching on how to improve their overall health and well-being will likely stumble across trace minerals at some point, as they are essential for us to function at our best. Especially fulvic minerals can be confusing. So anyway, fulvic minerals is tons of it in Shilajit. And it's good. It's literally like eating tar. It's like eating dirt tar. It tastes like dirt. It is not pleasant, but it is so good for you. It's so good for you. I really like it. And once I ran out, I was like, this is not cool. I gotta have more. It's one of my favorite supplements. And I'm gonna try giving it to Remy. I got some for Remy. See, here's the powder. The powder did not last very long for me. Like I said, it turned into tar. So just get the soft resin. That's my suggestion. Oh, wait, where did I see where it was talking about heavy metals? Okay. Having been tested by a third-party US-based laboratory for heavy metals in all packed and sterile environment, our products are undoubtedly an exceptionally high quality. Let me click on. What does Shilajit do for the body? Provides a number of minerals, organic acids, other compounds, play relevant roles in body metabolism. Go read about it. But I love this stuff. Myth 1, a supplement that cures. This is not correct. Yeah, right. It's not meant to cure anything. But more fulvic acid in Shilajit means better results. What? Myth 3, beginning of the... Many of the benefits attributed to Shilajit are thought to be due to its fulvic acid component. As a result, more companies are beginning to increase the proportion of fulvic acid in their Shilajit products, resulting in misleading advertising taglines. Huh, I didn't know that. Anyway, it's really good for you. And I like this stuff. Did you try to smoke it, Ted? Dirt. It does. It tastes just like dirt. Well, you know what? Okay, well, have you guys... I used to watch all those nature shows when I was growing up, right? Do you remember watching nature shows about animals in the forest and in the jungle? And like how they'll all go to like the mud hole and they'll literally be licking mud from a very specific place because the mud or the dirt in that particular water hole is super, super high in minerals. And the animals go there and they literally eat some of the mud. It's the same principle, right? It's basically straight up concentrated earth minerals, and it's really good for you. Ted Summers says, pro tip, Shilajit will enhance your libido. Yes, it will. I mean, it sounds horrible, but I would think it would work somewhat. I wouldn't suggest smoking it. I would not suggest smoking it, but it is good. I liked it. I put it in coffee. I put it in my coffee. Or whatever, you know? Ted will just eat it. Don't tell Christy that, Ted, damn it. Listen, why do you think I bought Ted his own jar of Shilajit? I was like, oh, I want to get one for you too. Sounds like a salt lick. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that true? Most specific minerals exist only in the mountains of Russia. Well, no, because you can get it. It's like any mountain. All the high altitude mountains, I think you can get. They can extract this Shilajit from. Because I'm pretty sure that Dr. Kaufman gets his from the Colorado Rockies. I think they do from the Rockies and other mountains. I love when potatoes smell like dirt. Right? And like beets. You know, beets have that very earthy dirt sort of aroma and flavor. I like that. It's good for you. Happy U.S. corporation holiday. Ted is a 55-gallon drum. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk Around with Karen B.
Hey, good morning, Jaron. It is William, and I'm traveling around and thought I'd call in since I kind of blew it. Did a rookie mistake on last Tuesday. You remember, my phone went dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's more of a rookie mistake than being on mute. What would you think? It's more of a rookie mistake or less of a rookie mistake?
Probably less.
Oh, good. I feel much better now. Thank you, Karen. I really appreciate that. Hey. So I also happened to jump on. It was really weird. I jumped on right as you guys were doing your scripture reading yesterday. And you guys went through it very quickly. And before I can even get a question off, you guys were done.
Yeah, it was a short one.
The fast whatever. It was really short. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. So I can't remember what you guys went over, honestly. It's just was too small of a time frame for my brain to absorb it, I guess, in a long-term memory. So anyway, so that stuff you were recommending, Karen, you said you've been taking it a while,
Mm-hmm.
and so what do you think? It just makes you just feel good? Does it make you feel young again? It revitalizes? If it adds libido, I would say it makes you feel like you're young again.
Yeah, like it just gives you those basic trace minerals and stuff that like you need at a very basic level, and your body just uses it, and it just starts to make you feel better in general. At least that's how I feel about it, and I like it. I like it.
Well, did I hear you correctly when you said folic acid? F-O-L-I-C acid.
No, fulvic. F-U-L-V-I-C. Fulvic acid. Fulvic or fulvic.
Never heard of that.
Fulvic minerals.
Okay. Well, I know folic acid is a component of vitamin C, which really helps with your health. But, yeah, I didn't know about that. And I used to take some of this green stuff. To me, it kind of smelled like alfalfa hay ground up. And I think you had horses. You kind of know what that smells like. And I remember taking it and mixing it and this green stuff. And it wasn't really good tasting, but I thought it helped me. And I thought it made me feel good. I took that, I think, when I was in my 40s. But, yeah, so is this a fairly new company? And you've been taking it a while?
Mm-hmm. It's not new.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I guess I just haven't heard of it before.
Yeah.
Earthy. Yeah, that other stuff I used to take, the green stuff, and you had to get it online, and you went through people who, and I don't know if it was set up like a multi-marketing thing. I don't know if that's how it's done, or if it's more like a doTERRA business model. I'm not sure. But you just order it online, eh?
Yeah.
Is it pretty affordable? How much for does one of those bottles last a month or
Well,
what? Just curious.
It lasts a while. It's okay. It's not that cheap, but it lasts a long time.
Good.
Like the last time I ordered it was like a year and a half or 2 years ago, right? So it's
that is a while.
Yeah.
Mackerel.
Yeah. So if you get it,
Okay. I didn't know what you meant by a while.
Yeah.
Weeks, but you're talking years. That's a big difference.
Right.
Holy mackerel.
But I also, when I bought it, I did buy 3 different kinds. Like I said, I bought the hard resin, the powder, and the soft resin because I didn't really know which one I would really want, and I kind of went out of and just bought it all just to try it. And so, but what I ended up, the one I ended up liking the most was the soft resin. And you just take a little, just not even the size of a pea, just a little tiny amount. And you can either eat it and then drink it down with water, or put it in it'll dissolve into liquid really, because it's like tar, it's like sticky, but it'll dissolve into a hot liquid really quickly. And it'll even dissolve into water or whatever if you leave it. If you let it sit there for a little bit, it'll eventually dissolve into the water. So it's water soluble.
So it's kind of like heroin.
No, it's not like heroin at all.
Okay. I know, I'm just joking. You said Atari substance.
I mean, it looks like tar. It does. Yeah, but
okay.
yeah. But it is
cool.
So good
one
stuff.
Question. Oh, okay. So, Karen, since you guys are doing the scripture study, and I've been studying the scriptures, a while now, for about 20 years, and it's about and I know you guys on the anti-religious podcast or whatever you call that, you don't want to argue about stuff, and that's fine. I get it, but why is it that the argument's always about pre, mid, or post-tribulation, about when the Lord's going to come? And how come no one ever talks about, no pastor, no church group, no YouTube channel, talks about the possibility that the millennium's passed and Satan's been re-released already to try to deceive the whole earth? Because to me, that makes more sense of why, what about the cosmology and about space and about all the lies and the spraying and the buildings and the cement and doesn't that make more sense that way? And the fact that no one's talking about it, they're all focused on, no, it's either pre, mid, or post-tribulation. But what if it's all in the past and we're literally, are you familiar with that? I'm wondering if Jack's familiar with that.
I am familiar. I am familiar, although I have not studied that in depth. I will say, I have talked to Jack about it a little bit, and Jack, I can't even remember what he said about it because it's been so long. But I know what you're talking about. But yeah. And I could be wrong, but I thought I remembered Jack saying that there was like a very specific set of circumstances around all that would make it so we would be able to tell for sure if that was the time. And he said that he doesn't think that certain things have happened to where it is. But I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it's a very, most pastors don't even want to talk about the Revelation, let alone because my other thoughts are, what about the Book of Enoch and all these other Semitic texts and Ethiopian and they want us to think that, no, just Americans got the whole scriptures, yet it came from, the Middle East. So to me, it's just more evidence, not saying fact, but it's evidence to me. If we're going to follow what we do with the earth and the cosmology, if God said not to mess with his word, yet here we are finding other scriptures, and Enoch does really go along with what we believe with the cosmology lie, then that's, to me, just more evidence that we are in those past times, because if Satan's released to deceive the world, it would also explain why nothing ever makes sense with corporations and military, even, that the troops are always wondering, why are we doing this? It makes no sense. And so, along with that whole nuclear thing, nuclear weapons, I don't know, just food for thought. And I didn't know if there's anybody out there who've been studying the scriptures and have thought the same thing, that maybe we are in that short time frame before. Because to me, robots, nanotechnology, how is that not ultimately replacing God with what we can do? And the internet being like a spiritual, God can just supposedly know our hearts, but if you're on the internet, anybody can figure out what you're about. So to me, it's just a artificial way of being God. And I guess that's the best way I could put it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, okay, just food for thought. I do like to have deep thoughts, and I have them when I'm driving on the road, as I'm sure Dennis does. So that's all. Just wondering if anybody out there has those thoughts. And, because, like I said, how do we know when the 1500s, when that printing press got started, who was alive in the 1500s, right? And so how do we not know the elite just it's a what if. I'm not saying this is fact. But how would we know if it was really 500 years after Christ and they decided to put a 1 in front of it and make the date 1500, instead of 500. Because that would throw a lot of things off, and it would also mess with our timeline with the scriptures. Because the Bible does refer to that man or evil messing with the timeline and the calendars. And we don't really know in what way. It's just very vague. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We kind of like when you said just, that stuff lasts a long time. So I was thinking, does she mean weeks, months? But you said years. Well, that's a big difference, just in that one expression. That lasts a long time. Well, when they mess with the calendar and the time, well, in what way and degree,
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just wondering, maybe, I don't know if Jack has another program. I don't think I've ever talked to him personally, but I would like to hear his feedback. And I think I know what he's talking about when he comes to the, I think he's talking about the signs in the book of Revelation. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I'd like to hear it from him one day, maybe if possible. So that's it. So I guess I'll do a shout out to, I think Mark's listening, Jan. I don't know if Jaron listens, but I'll shout out to him since he's just south of me. And then Dennis. And hey, how about David Weiss? Shout out to him.
Shout out to
and
David.
I guess that's it.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Yeah, Karen, and hopefully, if I don't know if I want to. Are you guys having a show tomorrow night? Because it's 4th of July night.
Yes, we are. I'm pretty sure we are. Mark didn't say that we weren't, so. Yeah, yes, we are.
Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to tune in because I'm doing stuff with kids. So we're gonna go do stuff and go watch fireworks and pretend like we've never seen them before. Ooh, ah. So,
yeah, that's cool. Have fun.
That's
totally.
what we're gonna go do. Yeah, it's pretty hot. I don't know about over there, but it turned summer this last week, big time.
Yeah,
it was 110.
Oh, geez. Yeah, see, I don't miss that. I don't miss that in the valley.
I know. But don't you have a humid heat there?
Yeah, it's humid, but to me, it's like, it's almost the same thing. Like 94 degrees and humidity is pretty much like 105 without humidity. Like, it gets so freaking hot in Sacramento in the valley that to me it's like once you've lived through both of them. I'm sorry, but I like this. I prefer North Carolina because in Sacramento I remember it being like 114 degrees every day for like 2 fucking weeks one day, and I was like, I thought I was dying. My snake died. I had a snake that died that year.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't stay like that here. It doesn't say like sustained disgusting.
Were you without air conditioning? Like, because if you have a swamp cooler, it really sucks.
Well, no, I had air conditioning, but still, it just... yeah, it was a mess. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, well, peace out, Karen. Just wanted to say hello and shout out to all the truthers out there, and just be truthful in all things, even if it hurts.
Absolutely.
All right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. People cry about metal in the air, and that's all fireworks. Like, reminds me of Nam. Yes. So, Mark did just give me the thumbnail for Strange World, episode 414, tomorrow. So, we will be live tomorrow. So, and it's cool. If you're going to be doing 4th of July partying stuff, that's totally cool. Go party. Go have fun. I'll be here in my house, not doing fireworks. Probably be barbecuing though. Probably barbecue, fire up the grill, have some fun. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. Just listening from now on. Earthship Air, it's cool. I just don't think the Earth is moving. I don't think we're on a rock moving through space at a uniform velocity or in circles. Just my opinion. All right, you guys. Before we go, this is a good little list here about what's good from Shilajit. This is why powerful detoxifier scavenges heavy metals and detoxifies pollutants, and that's what we need to do is keep yourself detoxified in this toxic world. So that's it. Just sharing that. Just want to share that little bit of information for you guys. Also, don't forget Flattoberfest 2023. I'm going to be beating this drum for the next 3 months. You're gonna probably get sick of hearing it, but I have to keep letting everybody know. It's on Flattoberfest in Las Vegas, 2 days. You can go to flatearthfestivals.com and you can get your tickets, buy tickets to Vegas, and also this link right here is to book your hotel under the group hotel rooms, okay? You get a little bit of a discount. So there you go. There are also 2 KOAs. There's also 2 KOAs. There's a KOA here, right here, where it says Las Vegas RV Resort. Okay, right here. This is a KOA, which is right up from Sam's Town, where we're having the event. Okay, and then there's also a KOA right here at Sam's Town, right next door. So there's a couple of different options. Of course, you can stay at other hotels in and around town. As you can see, Sam's Town is not on the strip. The strip's over here. Sam's Town is over here. It's about 15 minutes from the strip. Okay? So that's what we're doing. I hope to see you all there. So there you go. Check it out. And keep coming back. Check back to the website for updates. I may still be adding speakers. This may not be the final list. In fact, I think it isn't. Also, not listed here is Rick Hummer. The event's going to be hosted by Rick Hummer. We're going to have live music, presentations, awards. We're going to bring back the Flatty Awards. And we're just going to have a blast, you guys. So I hope to see you all there. And have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to join me and Mark Sargent back here tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. for another episode of Strange World, and then of course Saturday for anti-religious scripture study, and maybe I will try to do another member stream somewhere in between. I'm trying to keep up on doing more member streams. It's really hard for me to do it, but I do my best, and I appreciate the support from everybody and everything, and phone calls. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, y'all. Cheers. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.